Yes, hello. So we're doing it here. I'll do my stand-up routine. Yes. Hello, everyone. It's good to be here. Good to be here. When I told my friends I wanted to do stand-up, they all laughed. Thank you, thank you. Please remain seated. All right, that's all I got. We'll just sit here quietly. I don't have any music. Opinion. Oh, what's up with that? The piano music or whatever that starts playing at first. Yeah. So why does that go off? We bring Shark Sapphire gets it. SVB just deleted their Twitter. Hannah McKay, Shark Sapphire has you covered. All right. Yo, who's scared about SVB? Can you do emojis here? How how does internet work? I hear First Republic is fucked. Wait, we can do emojis in the other. Oh, there we go. We could do emojis in the talk we had with the Reddit foos, the admins. That was that was just voice chat. Yeah. Well, they're doing everything else all right. Anyway, sure. We're simple. Like, all right. Simple's he's having surgery to try to remove the gay. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't know. All right. So as oh, here we go. Mr. Pike.
Okay, so the one thing I wanted to say is that I have a friend who's a software engineer at Roku. I know him through another Discord, and I didn't think the company could treat him any worsely than they have with their stock. And holy shit, they have like what, like 400 million in SVB. So tomorrow's going to be interesting.
Oh yes.
I haven't talked to him in about a week or two, but I'm looking forward to DMing him tomorrow to see what the result of this all will be for him.
So the bag he could be holding would be his job.
Unfortunately, so. I don't know. I that was all I wanted to say. You can move me back. I'm sure other people have way more interesting stuff to share.
I heard on Twitter that debt is an asset, so I believe it. It's true. Hey, Mr. Pike, do you have any stories of bag holding aside from your friend who
Um, I've been very fortunate. I've never really made that big of a bag, and I've never really lost that big of a bag.
gone with you? We need bag holders.
Hello,
Speaking of holding things that aren't his,
bags.
all right, let's bring up some people. Who has bags? Shark Sapphire, tell us.
Until we bring some people up loose, you want to hear a joke about Wall Street bets?
Okay, Shark Sapphire, wait one. Simple Vice has a very funny joke for everyone.
It's very funny. Why did the Wall Street bets trader invest in a zoo? Because he heard the stock was about to go wild.
You spanking yourself right now? There's hey, look, an emoji. Was it cringe emoji? Oh, I can see emojis now on the side.
He was
Oh,
pretty
nice.
dry emoji.
I didn't get any emojis for my stand up that I did at the beginning, but that's okay. We don't have to live in the past. Shark Sapphire, do you have tales of losses? Eggs you're holding, are they heavy? Can you find the mute button to unmute yourself?
I think we're all still getting used to the Discord.
Yeah, I
Microphone not
mean,
working. Why did you bring your? You know how to change your? But I'm sending a picture. Okay, send the
it's
picture.
really tough, because on like Reddit, the button to unmute is a microphone, and then on
And
Discord,
it's
the button to mute
directly.
is a microphone, and then on
Yeah, yeah,
Twitter, the
yeah.
button to mute is a microphone. So it's
No,
really hard
no.
to figure out.
Luce, you don't get it. It's on the Reddit is directly in front of you, and you only have one button. Here you have like 5 buttons.
Bioman 2454.
Yo,
How
what's
many
up, man?
bio
So,
losses? What's going on?
so man, look, I just I got a big bag. Well, for a college student, right? So I lost like 5K on sock sale times three
Word.
because I sold early because then right now I sold all that shit. So now I have FAS, financial like bear times three ETF. So I'm going bear on the banks.
So you're going
Yeah,
air.
I'm going like bear all the way, all YOLO it all. I'm YOLOing it all. Yeah.
Wait, simple. Does this qualify as a bag holder?
No idea. We'll see on Monday.
We'll see. We'll see. I mean, I lost like 1,000 something dollars and then like I invested in here. So we'll see. We'll see. I think it will definitely play out. Definitely play out.
You want to make money, but you thought
Yes.
it would be easier to bet
Well, it's
against it like
also
3 times over.
yeah, right? Because like, I took a algebra class and they told me that like 1 times 3 is 3.
Pretty fucking risky, dude.
Yeah,
Pretty
I
fucking
know, right? I
risky.
should have I should have like done I should have done options instead, to be quite honest with you, and just go full on tits up.
Full on tits up. That's how I
Yes.
like it.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
so unless you have bags that you're holding, tell us about. You'd like to move on.
I think he's gonna have some bags next week.
It's true.
I'll probably have depends if guys, please
What
put
is
your names
Bioman?
in.
What's in the FAS? I don't wanna take a look. Tell me. What banks are in the
Essentially,
FAS?
like let's okay, so essentially if First Republic banks then like the slightly medium to size banks like go under or like people start, taking their money out and shit goes to like shit goes
I
crazy.
know how a bank run works. I asked you
Yes,
what
okay, then I'll
banks.
make money essentially. If bankrupt happens on Monday, I make money.
What
I,
banks?
I think if I can
But
interpret, I know it's very difficult. He is Croatian and he speaks very broken English.
Oh, I'm
What
sorry.
what banks are in FAS? But I think I know the answer. You don't actually know, do you?
Yeah, he
No,
doesn't
I
know.
don't actually. Bro,
So
like
That's why your question isn't being answered.
bro,
Simple.
that's why I'm a degenerate, bro. I'm just like YOLOing.
So you
All
didn't
right,
even Google
we YOLO
what
we
goes.
YOLO'd him out. Zach in cool.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey, how is your weekend?
Good, man. This is my first time chatting in one of these, but I just want
Good.
to tell you guys that, yeah, I have mad bags. I joined a real estate tech company back in like 2021. They gave me some RSUs and they're down like 92%. So,
Christ.
yeah, dude, we're out there.
Imagine the GameStop employees that got RSUs when it was at like $300 a share.
Yeah. Crazy times.
Could you have sold it? No, it's restricted. Sorry.
Yeah.
When was the time
That's what
frame
the R is
where you
for.
could have sold
Yeah,
it?
so
I know.
it vested after 12 months and the 12th month was like recently. So after the whole interest rate scenario with JPOW and shit, it just totally went downhill. So it's pretty crazy, man.
How much was it on a peak?
I mean, if I was able to sell them when I joined the company, maybe like 90K it would be worth.
Nice.
But yeah, man. Hindsight is 2020.
Oh yes.
Is the company stable? Like, do you think it's going to recover in the future?
I mean, you guys can probably look up, like, I'm not going to say the company, but you can probably look it up. It's like an iBuyer. So yeah, if you Google real estate iBuyers, you can figure out who it is. But I think they might go under. I'm not really sure. Depends what happens to the market. Real estate's not too good right now. So
A lot of the people here can't read and don't have fingers, so you can just tell that it's a safe space.
no, I can't say it in front of 300 people.
Yeah, all your data and information is safe with Discord. They only send it all to China, so safe space.
Exactly. Anyway,
It's fine for
that's
those
all I
who
had
are
to say.
worried. Okay, for those who are worried about your data being sent to China, don't worry. They're Chinese. They don't speak English, so they don't understand what it means.
True.
Right.
True. Very true.
Thanks for sharing your bags, Zach in cool.
Yeah, my pleasure.
How do we even invite people up, Luz?
Click the chatty icon that has the number 3 on it. All right, I'll bring a couple people. Send a few invites. All right.
Hey,
All right.
happy to join y'all.
What up? This is Ramsey the GOAT. I've been on a few times before, but my WallStreetBets account was banned because I mentioned GameStop, so I had to make an alt account.
Oh, it's one of those. Oh, I know about being banned, huh?
Sorry, I didn't catch that.
I said I'm gay and I enjoy every minute of it. How's your weekend going, fellas?
Yeah, so far so good. I got a big position in SQQ, so I'm thinking that'll open pretty green on Monday, of course, unless we get some recovery news for these Silicon Valley banks.
I have $7 in my Webull account right now.
That you mentioned GameStop on WallStreetBets. That you didn't follow the rules.
Let me interpret. He's Croatian/Russian, and he speaks very broken English. Winnie the Bear Q, or Winnie the Bear Triple Q, should I say? Are you sorry? Are you sad? Or are you sorry that you broke the rules about GameStop? Would you like to take this chance to apologize to the Lord of Retards?
No. I think there's actually much worse stocks you could be in GameStop. Like the guy mentioned real estate. Like imagine having open door bags or Zillow bags. You'd be down much more than GameStop.
Or Bed Bath & Beyond.
Yeah, that too. GameStop at least has a decent balance sheet until they fuck that away. We'll see.
I wasn't talking about GameStop investment. I was talking about breaking the rules.
No, I know. Someone mentioned the restricted stock units for GameStop, but they actually decided to give them to their general managers, I think late 2022, but that was around like $20 a share, so they'll be all right.
Nice.
All right, that's my GameStop plug. I'll stop.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah, now you have to go to the GameStop store and plug it there.
Well, we do get
so, like,
earnings
every
on
week.
March 21st. Just a heads up, too.
The GameStop employees love it when you guys do that. They really do.
No, but we get earnings on the 21st, and the fourth quarter is generally the strongest quarter of the year for them. I actually saw a statistic that said they are the most seasonal company in the whole New York Stock Exchange. 75% of their revenue is driven in the fourth quarter. That's more revenue from one quarter than any other company.
Sounds like a great business.
20. Hey, it does. Hey, guess what 21st is? 21st is when Reddit talks end. That's when GameStop reports earnings. Coincidence?
Yeah. But if they have any chance of blowing out earnings or beating analyst expectations, it'll be this quarter and maybe even a profitable quarter.
Oh, yes. All right. Well, it didn't take long to get our first GameStop bull. Thank you, Winnie the Bear Triple Q.
No worries. I'll stop. Thanks, guys.
Yes. Okay.
Hey, Luz.
Yes.
Why did the GameStop stock cross the road?
Oh,
To get away from all the short sellers on the other side.
Hey, that's a really good one. I bet you kill in Croatian stand-up crowds.
Bit lost in translation, you know.
We have the Terraria. You need to unmute yourself. I can see you talking, but you don't know how to use a mic. So there is the button in the middle.
I think he's trying to talk, but you keep Croatian.
Hello?
Hey.
Oh, let's see.
Is it working?
Oh, it's working all right.
All right. Happy to be here, you know. Just got a small...
Get it. Monkey,
wait.
What do you have for us?
Wait, is it working?
Yes, it's working. He's just very Croatian, and he doesn't understand English very well. So, yes, it's working. Please continue.
All right, thank you. I got two small stories. First thing is immediately after turning 18, my car got totaled, and I immediately lost all of it in options. Turned 4,000 into about 9,000 into zero. Decided, you know what? I want some skin in the game. Pulled 150 out of my savings, turned that into 3,000, turned that into zero again. My grandma died recently, and I'm going to be getting her life insurance, and I'm hoping this one will be different.
So your grandma died, and it's you could say, in a way, you're holding the bag on your grandma, but now you're going to get a bunch of life insurance. So in a way, bullish on grandma dying. Is that what you're saying?
Bullish on grandma dying because my bags won't matter compared to my massive wins of her life insurance. You know?
It's neato. Very neat.
It is. I'm very excited for it. I've been checking the mail every day waiting for it. Cannot wait to win a lot of money on it.
Let's face it, you're probably going to lose a lot of money, but then you can post it on WallStreetBets, and that, karma's worth more than money, right? Am I right, opinion?
So it's a win-win. There is no way that it could go wrong. So, yeah.
Do the job. Hey, Terraria, dude, 19, thank you for sharing your tales.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, have a
Jesus
wonderful
Christ,
weekend.
I had him muted. I had him specifically muted. I don't know why. So I kept seeing that he's trying to talk, but I didn't hear the sound.
Shop Hitter, how are you?
Yeah,
Ladies
I'm
and
pretty
gentlemen.
good, man. Rainy Sunday here in Georgia. How are you guys doing?
Fantastic. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a fellow moderator, one that actually likes you people.
That's true. I do like people.
Yeah, he's one of the mods that actually cares. Not like myself or Simple.
So the position I've actually got it in two different accounts, but the stock is Tellurian, ticker TELL. I started buying a smaller position in this actually in 2020 as a sort of pandemic recovery play. The play on this is really, does the company achieve FID, final investment decision, and then start exporting LNG. They're trying to build a LNG export facility in Lake Charles area, Louisiana. So kind of tapping into those huge natural gas reserves. I'd say the big bonehead was I should have sold some of the position off. I was up close to 80% at right around May 2022. The stock surged because obviously because of the Russian situation and natural gas. But now on about 9,200 shares, down 55% or something like 14K. I'm still sitting on it. So we'll see, but it's a decent bag, and I do have some. Like I said, I have some in a second account in a Roth IRA, but it's probably down even worse than 55%. It's got a lower or higher dollar value for the stock price where I bought in. I think that one's
Fuck.
it. Yeah,
Beautiful.
Look at that. See,
yeah,
it's not just you guys; it's also the mods.
Here, I'll post it. I took a little screenshot.
Yes, Tendy Chaser. That is exactly what Opinion looks like. I don't know how you found his actual picture.
The shop.
Yeah.
How does this loss affect you?
It doesn't really affect me at all. It's a long-term position anyway. I really, I definitely have hopium on that. I think they have a strong chance of getting there. Having said that, I think I should have reduced a little bit when it was up last, but they still have a decent balance sheet. They still have a lot of room running. It's an interesting play. I mean, it's almost like buying shares that are an option. Huge upside at this price point. I think their assets, they actually have wells that they're drilling, and they sell natural gas into the market without the export facility that they're trying to buy. So it's an interesting play in general, but yeah, I mean, it's never
local?
good.
Why them? Why the
No.
company?
Am I local by the company? No, it's in Louisiana. I'm in Georgia.
Why them? From all the companies that exist.
Again, it started off as I was looking for just opportunities. When COVID hit, they were a company that was trading pretty sky high before COVID, and then a lot of speculative energy plays like that died. I wrote it up for a while, and then I started following information on the company, and yeah, I mean, I don't have a lot of other energy plays. I also, I still own some pretty decent shareholding in Chenery, which Gary Suki used to be the CEO of that company. So I like to, yeah. I like to have a certain certain amount of my portfolio diversified in oil and gas. I don't really have much oil, but I think natural gas is just something that is going to be around. There are ways of, its CO2 emissions are a lot lower. It's also used a lot in fertilizers. It's a great bridge fuel.
Why are they losing money?
Why is the stock price losing money?
Oh, why is the company losing money?
Well, it's not built yet. The export facility doesn't exist, so they're trying to secure funding.
What do you mean it doesn't exist? The company's been around since '89.
Not in its current form.
No, I know. Currently, it's almost at the lowest price.
They're promising to make people money. Okay, they're promising.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
That's why
it's
it's
speculative.
a good WallStreetBets play.
I've 100% say it's speculative. It's speculative, and I said, it's an option. If they reach FID, a final investment decision, if they secure an equity partner like Chesapeake or somebody to help them with feed gas and take on part of the project, I think it's a possible, 5x, 6x from here. And then if they get there and they start, you could look at you could give it, an equivalent like Chenery. It long term, they will, likely what they'll try to do is they'll try to build out another couple trains to liquefy natural gas, and then they'll keep going from there and there and there.
True. How much money they'll make, I guess only time will tell.
That's right.
What
That's
I did
right.
there.
Yeah,
We
I
got
I
some
can tell it
people.
right now, 0.
We got some people wanting to talk about their bags.
Okay.
So hopefully you make money on that one, Mr. Bitter.
Thank you.
Otters,
I see what
yeah.
you did there.
Yes. Not your average monkey. Would you like to share a tale with us on
Cool.
bags?
Yeah. Thanks for calling me up.
Yeah, how's your weekend going?
It's pretty good.
Well, the little
Relaxed.
starving African children are not having a good weekend. So tell us about your bags.
My bag, my biggest bag that I have in my account still to this day is Adidas. I've been a long-term holder. I held it way too long. I had my position all the way up as much as $18,000 and was stubborn the whole way down. And it's only about 20 shares now, but I lost probably about $8,000 on it, and I'm still down 50% on my 20 shares that I have. So that's my worst one. I'm stubborn.
What's your average?
My average cost,
Yeah.
it's about double what it is right now. 'Cause it's still down 50%. So what I have left. So I apologize. I don't have it pulled up on my account, but
You're fine.
Do you know how much money total you're losing?
yeah, again, I lost about $8,000. It's in my retirement account, and
Oh,
it's
because
not-
of Yeezy.
Oh, fuck.
Well, and it's not my biggest position. It never was my biggest position, but that one hurt the most on the way down. I've lost some other money, but that one I didn't get out of when I should have. I was slowly selling on the way down, but just stubborn, and I held on to it too long, and haven't had the
Why-
guts
why
to
Adidas?
double down.
Why Adidas?
Adidas, I like them personally. It is a personal choice, kind of like the anti-Nike thing, if you will. Like, I still like the idea of it. I've actually owned Dick's before, had made some money on that too, but not into it right now.
I mean, it's a fun company. It's just that like losing 50% and then not averaging down for a company you still believe in. Like, I don't think that's the
Because of
I mean,
Yeezy.
smartest move.
Well, and that's part of it too, because of that issue in the last, 6 months, if you will. That's why they took their first loss in it was like a dozen years or something like that on these past earnings. And actually, the stock pumped the next 2 days, which was strange. I didn't understand that action, but that's just
They-
nowadays.
Only the 4Q earnings was missed.
Exact. Correct. Yes. Not the whole year, but yeah, that one. So, and hopefully, I mean, this is a long shot, but if the war stops, hopefully they get some of that Russian money again. Because, I mean, that is a valuable market to them.
Wonderful. Think Yeezy will
That's
ever
it.
come back to Adidas?
Maybe they're talking about trying to work a deal to try to do something again now that he's started taking his meds again, maybe.
Well, what losses
Okay.
do you have more? No, Luce, I sense there's a lot more here.
Probably the worst that I had in the last, call it, year was SoFi, I think. It wasn't as lost dollar-wise, but it was a loss percentage-wise, if you will. It was never big as a position as Adidas. So, no, I had a second backup one. I'll tell you. I got nothing to hide.
I wonder if anyone in Wall Street Bets ever figured out how to actually value SoFi. Pretty sure no one this day knows how to do that. That's okay.
What's your average price for SoFi Monkey?
Oh, I'm not in it anymore. I got out.
Oh,
So
when did you buy it?
Oh, I bought it at 12, 10, and 8, and I sold it for 6-ish. So, yeah. It was not my best purchasing. That was probably the, not an active bag, but probably again, percentage-wise, that was the worst one in the last year.
How much
Or
are you
ever.
down year to date?
I'm up year to date. I'm not down.
Oh,
Oh,
so
nice.
even after losing on SoFi and Adidas,
Yeah.
still up?
Yeah. So they
Congratulations.
hurt, but again, I move on. So, but I wanted to share. we all make bad decisions, right?
It's true. True. Like Simple and his sex change that was botched. But hey, thanks
Just
for
like
sharing.
today's chat.
Thanks for sharing your story. Not your average monkey. We have another moderator here. Gang, welcome.
Hello.
Hello. How's your weekend, man?
Holding my SVB bags. Actually, I found out that probably investing is not the best way for me to make money. I've been buying my year-to-date portfolios for the past 2 years. So I've actually found ways that you can bet on derivatives of the SVB collapse. Like there's bets you can make on whether they will be acquired by tomorrow, or interestingly enough also, so USDC, actually let me get onto this. So USDC, which is a cryptocurrency that's pegged to $1, it's basically a Tether alternative. For those who don't know, the company that owns USDC is Circle, and they had about a 20% stake in Silicon Valley Bank. So about 20% of the money supposedly got wiped pending FDIC insurance payouts. So it's interesting to see like how this will be affecting the dollar tether cryptocurrency markets too.
You know, it's gonna affect the crypto market badly.
No, not only the crypto market, but because like a lot of these banks just have like these like Tether and USDC coin, which is supposed to be pegged to $1, are these companies are just like a bank. They just put it into treasuries, supposedly thinking that's risk safe money, and like there's no way that like
putting crypto as a treasuries.
Yeah, they're putting their money because all these USDC and Tether is backed supposedly 1-to-1 on the dollar, and they put all their money into treasuries to just get interest in it. And with SVB, Silicon Valley Bank, actually like having problems because of treasury bonds right now, it's interesting to see if Tether and like USDC will collapse and like depeg further, which will literally cause a huge economic ripple effect because like.
You're talking about bonds, and you're comparing it to the crypto holdings. Like,
yes, I mean,
the bond market is 2 times bigger than the stock market. Like,
yeah, no, but as like the thing is, so USDC, the company that owns USDC is called Circle, and Circle has to have their money 20% in the bank and 80% in treasury bonds. Which, I mean, supposedly is supposed to be safe. You know, if someone tells you, hey, we have all of our money in treasury bonds, you know, that's supposedly like as of like a month ago was supposed to be really safe. But evidently not. With Silicon Valley, exposed the risks with the bond market that like even if you invest all your money into bonds, it can cause problems. So I'm thinking like, if Silicon Valley Bank might expose issues with companies that hold money in treasuries. Do you know what I mean? Right? Did I explain it properly?
I think what's crazy is there's this asset. You know, like I get the pegged cryptocurrencies are pegged to the US dollar. What if I told everyone that there's this asset that always equals the value of the US dollar?
Yeah, I know. I think it's called the US dollar.
Oh. So they've heard of that in Russia.
Yeah, even here.
Excellent. Hey, we have prestigious big 9615, the wonderful profile picture.
Listen. Teta,
oh,
Teta
yes,
still
sorry.
Say,
yes,
how much are you down on your SVB?
Oh, I mean they're bankrupt, so like, I mean like they are.
Yeah,
like,
how much are you down?
It was like 15K. Jim Cramer really screwed me over. It's like 15K.
Jimmy Chill.
Beautiful.
Jim Cramer told me it was a good stock to buy.
I heard a couple people on the pre-market talks say it was a good stock to buy when I was talking shit about them. Got offended because I said they were fucked, and then they said I think it's a good buy.
Yeah,
then
the
half a
company
day
stock was
later.
down like 60%, so I thought I could catch a falling knife. At that point, it's
Oh,
undervalued.
you caught it all
technically.
right.
Technically, it was undervalued at minus 60%. So
Prestige is big.
Yeah, Matt-
Hey, thanks for taking my call.
Matt-
So I'm currently bag holding for ACLS is the stock ticker. Their exposure to SVB has been in the news recently. They produce semiconductors. They're pretty stable over the last 45 years. I see the RSI substantially going up over the last couple days. I think potentially with the Safe Harbor Act through the SEC, sorry. I think potentially we'll see a short squeeze on this stock. I wanted to see if anyone else saw this coming.
Did you say short squeeze? We should have bells like ring and go off every time someone says short squeeze. Then everybody perks their ears up and says, "Where do I buy calls?"
It just doesn't I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me why the stock would drop, $30 over the last couple days, but the RSI would go up so high.
Prestigious, what was the ticker again? Can you repeat it? Something that some people in the chat-
ACLS.
Well, how much are you down? Tell us.
About 10,000.
1,000. How much in the percentage?
It's a 12% loss on my profile.
I think there's a really
that's
high,
fine.
there's a really high correlation between losses in people's portfolios and mentions of short squeeze ?
No, I'm not insinuating that there is one. I just wanted to know with the expertise on the panel if anyone else thought I might
Oh,
be.
we're experts, all right. Opinion. What do you have to say? If you're an expert, speak now.
Yeah,
Not an
opinion. Speak
expert,
now.
so he's not
If
speaking.
you're an expert,
Yeah.
come on.
Yeah, look at that. He can't speak because he's not an expert. Simple, what's your take?
My take is I don't know nothing about Axelis, but good luck to you, sir. I hope you get your money back.
Maybe next turn.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll do this next time in a month.
Oh,
Loose, invite more people. I want to hear some bags, some actual bags, like 90% bags that we had like a couple of months back. We had some big tiers.
Hello?
Yes.
Is my audio not off? Oh, yeah.
We can hear you. Okay, citizen, are you okay?
Yes, I am okay. I'm very good.
That doesn't sound good for our talk. We need you crying.
Alright,
How much are you down?
yeah. I'm up. Like, a ridiculous amount.
And you're up.
Yes. I think I made, like, well into the six figures last week. Fuck, I don't belong here.
To the six. Come on, what is this? This is Traders Anonymous. We're supposed to talk about losses. Make up profits. Yeah, come on. Right. Who else has?
It's the first time doing it on Discord, so it's a little bit unorganized, and there's a lot more people on Reddit talk. So,
Teresa Man, we sent you an invite. Teresa Man, tell us the Teresa plan if you can find the button to accept the invite. I think he's gonna find it. Anyone else want to talk about their losses, about the money they hope to lose? Raise your hand. The button at the bottom. You request to speak. We'll bring you up. Extinct Raise 2939. Congratulations. You've been hand selected by the expert mods on the panel. How are you, Distinct Raise?
except for opinion. Opinion, if you're an expert, you can talk. Tell us.
Yeah. If you're not an expert, just say silent opinion.
Yeah, he's still not an expert.
Mr. Rays, Mr. 39, are you there? Could you click the mic button, unmute yourself?
I don't think he can lose.
I don't think he has hands. Okay.
Damn.
Anyone else want to talk about their bags? Come on, we know like at least 80% of you are losing money on something. Calling up, don't be shy. We won't ban you.
It was too sad to speak.
Losses are too deep.
Yeah, that was. I lost like $4 on Vivian.
$4.
Mental
It
weapons,
was.
raise your fucking hand.
I
You
was
said he
losing
lost
money
like
on
30K
meta.
last year. Want to hear about Simple's lost board? So my lost board is fucking Roblox. I lost $400. That's the biggest lost board that I got.
$400. Is that like a whole month's worth of pay in Croatia?
Oh yeah, 100% sure. Yeah. I had like $400 remaining from the CFDs that I was trading, and I was like, yeah, fuck it, just put it there.
Then you complained and you protested CFDs
I
because you
did.
lost. Like,
I
not
surely
enough
did.
transparency. I lost money. It wasn't my fault.
No, not enough transparency. They keep changing the rates. The scumbags.
Scumbags, yeah.
They're
And that's why you
mafiosos.
lost. Yeah.
Yeah. And then I learned that CFDs are 90% of profit for the companies trading 2-on-2 and every other European trading institution. Fucking cunts.
Oh yes.
I hear
Complex.
Roblox has 50% cash.
Hey, you got
in
another.
SVB. I don't think they do.
This guy says, fuck Roblox. Complex Chemical 960. That I have 315 shares of Jaguar. I bought it at $35. Look at it now. Why don't you come up and tell us? Raise your hand.
I lost my hand, guys. Sorry.
Heard Roblox has 50% cash in SVB. I think they said 150 million.
Yeah.
I think last year they had cash from operations of like 380 or something like that. 380 million. And then Roblox is like, it's not that big of a deal. It's fine. Our investors are fine. I don't think investors like you to lose 40% of a whole year's of cash from operations. I don't think that's, I think generally that's frowned upon.
Oh, come on. They got a new PM. I think they're going to be fine.
I think we're going to start, when we start inviting people. I'm going to bring you up. I'm going to take a guess who's losing money by looking at profile pictures. Here we go. Let's
Okay,
start.
let me also try. I'll put some names out.
For the Ray Liotta guy, you're definitely losing money. Let's see. Frogman, Unknown Irish.
Oh yeah, Unknown Irish is 100% losing money.
Whoa.
Why are you inviting me to speak?
You don't
you're
sound
losing
Irish.
money.
Hey, yeah, are you losing money?
Yeah, I'm down. Maybe like 15%.
15%? What's that in dollars? In
On dollars?
your local currency.
800? It's not much.
Oh,
shit, what's up, guys?
Oh, YF Low, is your account getting YF Low?
What's up, man? I'm trying to figure out what's going on. Because my headphone's not working. I'm at a GameStop.
It is working.
You're at GameStop?
Hell
Diligence
yeah.
time.
No.
Hey.
Are you in the
I'm
GameStop?
telling you. Look, I'm talking to somebody right now on GameStop. At GameStop, talking about trading a PS4 controller.
Tell them you're live with Wall Street Bets.
We're live with WallStreetBets. Want to say something to us? Say hi or something?
Hi, welcome everyone who's in that. What is that? A call?
Oh,
No, it's a cult.
it's a live talk, yes, with the cult, the Wall Street Bets cult.
Yeah.
So what is this conversation all about?
We're talking about people losing money, so we thought GameStop employees would be the ideal speaker. How are those RSUs?
Real good honest. You don't have to pretend. I wouldn't know.
No, that's fine. I'm actually intrigued in this conversation.
Oh, and by the way,
because
we're just
because
messing
you're
around.
bored at work. Because GameStop is going down.
Hey, remember when everyone hated GameStop because we'd go in and buy a game for like $55 used, and then we come back like a week later and say, "Hi, I'd like to sell this game I bought for $55." and then you guys would be like, "We'll give you $20."
Yeah, so the way that's really just the company's fault. The way they do it is they do it in a sense of like however many money they made on the game, they have to divide it by the amount of purchases were made in different stores. And that's how much it's like a bunch of math that they have to do, and that's how they get like games would be for like 20 or $16.
Bunch of maths in GameStop.
Are there children there right now?
Yes, there is.
It's actually pretty packed on a Sunday.
It is pretty packed on a Sunday.
Packed? Just tell everyone that they're live on WallStreetBets.
Here, would you like?
Well, here you guys are live on Wall Street.
Hello, everyone.
I am back.
Yes.
No, I was
You're
just
back.
Kill them.
Yell it in the store.
Of GameStop.
I mean, there are literally more GameStops in Delaware than Starbucks.
Better visit all of them.
I did actually. I did when their clearance was on 50% discount, and you were getting like a dope ass electric scooter for like $99.
Wait, are you investor in GameStop?
Well, yes, I am.
So when you go into the GameStop, do you announce yourself like, "Hey, I am the owner, one of the owners of
Part
GameStop"?
owner. Yeah, go do this. Go do this.
What's up?
Nothing is
That's a
up.
response
I just
to-
asked you a question. Yeah.
Well, no, I guess
This is how communication with the GameStop investor typically goes. Simple. Is there anything else you'd like to add? Still low.
Well, all right. So actually, I'm a bona fide bag holder of RSX. For those too young for Wall Street Bets, that is the Russian ETF.
How much money are you losing on RSX?
And why did you buy a Russian ETF?
It's only like 10 grand. It was just like a YOLO play. It's nothing like significant.
But don't say only
why
10
Russian
grand in front of the
ETF?
GameStop employees.
All right. Well, it was like literally less than like a very minuscule percentage of my portfolio. The thought process is kind of like playing those 000 penny stocks where it might like go to the moon one day when it gets like relisted, but it looks like things are gonna look grim right now. Looking into 2023.
It's looking grim, huh?
Oh man.
Well, yeah,
The Russian ETF.
I hear the eerie music in the background. Was that Metroid Prime? Probably suggesting that the future is grim. That's right. That's a flex. I know where that music's from. Fight me.
Yeah, that's a weird flex, but okay.
Hey, some of us like to
wait.
portray hot space bitch, fighting aliens. Some of us are into that. Hey,
I have a question, Luz, before we let him go. Why Russian ETF?
Well, they had some like pretty decent companies in it, like the steel company.
Name three companies.
All right, Luke Oil, and then there's another one that I can't think of right now, but
that's ChatGPT.
That is not ChatGPT, man. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
My man loses 10K in a Russian ETF. Can name three companies that are in the ETF.
So that is the highest form, right?
It's true.
Beautiful.
All right.
Thank you. You guys enjoy your Sunday.
Oh yes, you as well.
Thank you for
Enjoy
your
your bags.
Yes.
Want to hear me?
Oh yes, mental weapons.
Hey. So I have a question.
How many in the right place?
How many guys do still have GameStop? No, I know you're all gamers, but
opinion. If you're not gay, tell us.
Yes, if you're not gay in this market.
Give him a moment. Opinion. If you're not gay, tell us.
Right. I know if you're not gay in this market.
Bad thing.
It's not a bad thing in this market to be gay. I know, but how many guys still own GameStop?
I got some shares of GameStop.
Tell them how many of you own GameStop.
I do things with my shares, so to make money, even when the price goes down. Am I right? Who is just holding shares? GameStop.
Yeah.
Is there anybody here owning GameStop?
Yeah, say in the chat, we're not gonna mass ban you. No, I know we've done that in the past, but we're not gonna do that here.
Wasn't me.
See, got one slut spoiler.
The slot is
Spoiling-
here in the speaker.
Oh, there you are, slut. Welcome, slut. Lebowski,
Yeah.
Grant been selling calls, so have I. Those calls have mad premiums.
Yeah, I thought this was Bagholders Anonymous, so I wanted to talk about my bags. Everybody else is talking about stuff that they've won or whatever.
Well,
they're pretty
Opinion
strange
just called
group
it
of people.
Traders Anonymous. He didn't put the bag holders, Confessions of Bag Holders part in, so we're just talking about whatever, I guess.
Okay, fair
and
enough.
Tivoli, yes, I am the real Bill Huang. Thank you.
I wanted to talk about my biggest bag.
Okay, is it your life?
Is it your
It's my nutsack.
marriage?
No, so I remember reading like this post on WallStreetBets for Mind Medicine. The ticker was MNMD. I think it's
Shrooms,
MED.
psilocybin. All right.
Yeah, shrooms, psilocybin, acid, and ecstasy, right? And they're supposed to be doing like a whole bunch of like
Sounds
medical
very
stuff.
exciting.
And yeah, that's what I thought. I was
Yeah.
like, oh hell yeah, like legal drugs. Like I could totally make a bunch of money on this. I am down 92 motherfucking percent on because I've just watched this thing drain. I tried selling covered calls on it, and then they did a reverse split. So now I can't even get the collateral of shares to like sell covered calls on it. And it's like.
So-
It's like all this time I thought like, oh man, this is a hella good idea, but you know what I fucking didn't think about? That the CEO and the CFO, they're all on fucking drugs and they can't run a company correctly. And so the whole thing is just completely tanked. It's completely set on fire. I'm a freaking idiot and I wish I would have sold like way before.
So how
thanks
much
a lot,
is that?
Wall Street Bets. Thanks for that DD.
Yeah, I mean, how much is that 92% worth in American freedom units?
Let's see.
And what's your average price?
My average.
Because I'm looking
let's
at the
see.
charts now.
Just
Like
tell
the
us how
highest
much money are you losing? How much money are you losing?
My average cost was $42.87.
Holy shit, man.
And it's now $3.03. So I've pretty much lost my entire investment on drugs because I thought, you just kind of think that people running a drug company wouldn't be doing the drugs themselves. Rule number 2: don't get high on your own supply. But
here's the thing. I take it, okay, perhaps you heard tell of this stock, maybe through Wall Street Bets, but you bought the stock because you're a fan of psilocybin, LSD, psychedelics. Is it correct in assuming this?
I'm a fan of people thinking that drugs are illegal because the government is bad. So I just wanted to take advantage of a bunch of addicts.
Wanted to give it to the government by losing 92%.
A hippie and a communist.
Yeah.
No, I think the better play would have been to not buy the shares and instead buy actual acid and then do that.
How much did you lose in dollars?
Can I talk about my biggest bag?
Wait, mental. How much did you lose in dollars, slut? Yeah.
It's significant.
Come on, tell us.
It's okay, it's a safe space. No one knows who you are. Your name is
Well-
hidden right now.
Well, okay,
We have a
fine.
voice modulator in effect.
Like I said, I'm down 92.93%, and total return is negative $5,312.60.
Ah, yeah. So that's like half a year's worth of pay, but that's not too bad. I mean, you'll make it
Thank
back.
you. Thanks for lying.
I'm looking at the after hours from the 10th of March, and it's up 1%. It's in the green.
Thank you.
1%,
Well,
my God.
the one lesson that I want everybody to know: don't ever invest in Canadian companies. Thank you. I'm going to leave the stage now.
Thank you.
Thank you for
Slut.
your contribution.
I wonder do you think we could get our world famous technical analyst that we have in Wall Street Bets? Maybe they could draw some lines, use some colors, and tell us what stock price of MMED is going to do in the future. Hope they can help us out there. Very smart.
Because it doesn't have a lot to go down.
Yes,
Mental.
it's true.
So Slot Spoiler says never to invest in Canadian companies. My advice is never to invest in Israeli company. They're just there to take your money, dude. Because I invested in Re, you know, REE.
Yes.
Yeah. Most shittiest company that ever existed. It was at $6 last year.
Just because you suck at investing doesn't mean it's
Dude,
shitty.
it was at $6 last year. It's now at 45 cents.
You said it's the shittiest company ever. Why did you invest in it then?
Yeah, what the fuck?
Because everyone at Twitter and I read a DD on Reddit and I got fucked so hard, man.
Wait. Okay, hang on. Let's get to the bottom of this. Are you saying due diligence on Wall Street Bets is not reliable? Fuck, man. I gotta look at my holdings.
How much are you down percent and freedom units?
Freedom unit, I don't know, but I invested like 11,000 euros.
Bro, you put 11,000 euros into Bree?
Wait. How much are you down then?
No wonder
Dude, I sold it at $5, of course. I'm way happy. Now I look back at it and think, thank God I sold it all. Because holy shit, it's at 45
How
cents.
much money did you lose?
I lost about $3,000.
Grand.
Ah, come on, fuck off there.
You'll live to fight another day. That's only like 8
Jesus
months of pay
Christ.
for you, so yeah.
I could have bought prostitutes, I don't know, drugs, because I'm from the Netherlands and it's legal. So it was just throwing money at shitty Israeli company, man.
I don't know, Luz. The way he says Israeli, it sounds pretty
Sense
racist, huh?
Yeah, some
Why
underlying
is that
negative
racist?
tones
Why is
there.
that racist? Oh my god, man. Someone says Canadian and that's not racist, but Israeli is racist. Come
Canadians
on,
are very
undertone.
precious.
It's the
to
undertone,
us.
yeah.
Come on.
It's the undertone.
Simple's an expert in racist undertones, okay?
Oh my god, man. I'm from the Netherlands. Why would I hate Israelis, man? What the fuck?
You'd have to explain that to us, Dutchman. All right. The spiritual anywhere 116. Are you there? Ray Liotta.
Yes, sir. I'm here.
Oh. Hello. How are you?
Sorry, you didn't have faith in me. Being there.
Well, that seems to be the trend here. What do you have stories to share with us, bags you're holding?
Right now, my biggest bag is Lucid. I'm down 36% overall.
I've heard worse. I've definitely heard worse.
Yes. And then I recently just sold out and invested in some gold. So.
Gold. Hey, so what was the thesis when you bought Lucid?
Well,
let me guess.
like everybody.
Let me guess.
Price goes up.
Let me guess. He read the DD on WallStreetBets.
Yeah.
Everybody
and
was talking about it.
Right on.
Yep. Exactly. That's simply put. Simple vice.
Excellent. Okay, so down 36%. How many American dollars is that? What are you losing?
Negative $1,445.
Okay, so only 7 months of pay for you. So that's not too bad. Make that back.
Oh man, that's like 3 years of pay. Remember, I work behind a dumpster.
The recession is coming. Thank you, Spiritual, for your contribution. Luz, I want to play a game before we let Lebowski say his piece. So the game is, I'm gonna invite people now, me, that are losing money just from looking at them, and we'll see how many people did you invite? Like 3, and it was 3 out of 3, huh?
All right.
So I'm fighting this guy opinion. He's unpopular. He looks like he's losing a lot of money.
Oh,
Yeah,
he's
probably.
a major bag holder. Yeah.
Hmm. Oh yeah. I have my favorites. Once you have a picture of, let's see if they accept. Okay, Tivoli. Yeah, I was referring to him. Tivoli, I have a feeling that you're just coping with your losses with the picture.
Holy mother of God.
Shit.
Holy. What on earth? Yeah. I'm gonna save everyone's ears here.
Tivoli, are you in Bakhmut? Are you in the trenches?
I moved him to the audience. I think he's in Ukraine right now.
Yeah, he's fighting there. The Russians.
Thoughts and prayers to Voli. I think he's losing more than money right now. Yeah, Tivoli, you sound like you're at war right now. I think half the audience members' ears are bleeding. See, here's a guy with the picture of the Godfather. You're probably losing money. Come on up. Invited to speak.
I want an opinion. It's unpopular to come up. Our boy has a picture of Sears, Charbroil. Come on, let's hear it.
Oh yeah, Sears, man.
That was a beautiful company.
Is that American Psycho, Christian Bale? Yeah, you're probably losing money.
Yeah, oh yeah, and I invited him also. And
Let's
the
hear it.
fake girl, the Mimi also. He's losing money.
The fake girl. Usual Mod's girlfriend.
Oh, Mimi? She's not. She's a real girl.
Oh shit.
Simple just calls her fake because she rejected him.
Oh yeah, well, I'm all about the internet bullshit.
Bowski,
Yeah.
what do you have tales to share with us?
Well, I was on a Bagholders Anonymous maybe a year ago with you guys, where I talked about my Lightspeed bags still holding strong, 2,000 shares at 62.50. I posted in the chat here. I'm down about 80,000 Canadian.
Oof. 80,000 Canadian, you say?
Yeah, so you know, about
Holy
60
hell! So
freedom
yeah, about
dollars.
60 grand.
Yeah.
Good lord, and you're
Jesus
still holding.
Christ.
Yeah, I wrote it down pretty hard. I've just been selling calls against it. You know, making money back that way.
The company. What was the company again? Sorry, I was typing.
Company's
Can you repeat it?
Lightspeed Commerce, LSPD is the ticker.
What do they do?
They do point of sales, commerce kind of stuff. They're like a big competitor with Shopify. They're a Canadian company, so you probably want to short them.
Wait, did you say commerce?
Lightspeed Commerce, yeah.
Oh, Lightspeed Commerce. I see. And they're Canadian. Canadians, why are you doing this to people? You blame Trudeau?
If it ever fills the gap from like November 2021, I'll be rich.
Wait, what was the percentage that you're down, or that the price is down?
Oh, it's like 65%, I think.
65%.
Yeah, I'm in
Jesus
at
Christ.
62.50.
My God.
Sold puts at 80, then sold puts at 40 or 42, 45 or something. I don't know.
That's unfortunate. Is that your only
5%,
big
yeah.
loss, or
Well, last
do you
week
like
I
to
threw-
diversify your losses?
Last week I threw $2,000 away on spy calls. That was fun. I had the 402 calls for like Wednesday, I think, and I rode them into expiration. They fucking were worthless.
Rode them into max loss.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Full 100% loss on that one. I'm proud of that.
Full send. Yeah. All right. Well, anyone else? Anyone else have losses they want to share? It's completely anonymous. We hide your name, your username, and we use a voice modulator. when you speak, so no one will recognize you. So come on up, speak about your losses, raise your hand. Click buttons, because otherwise, it doesn't work. I believe, let's see. Someone said they can't talk. Oh yeah, Charbroil. Sears van. He said can't talk right now. Down 75% on Sears bonds. That's a new one. Charbroil. What does that 75% equate to in dollars?
How long have you been holding those things?
Type it. I don't know, man. Yeah, when did you buy? And how much money are you losing? Sears bonds. That's awesome.
Got a request from the audience.
I imagine you bought the bonds as in like the stock might be screwed, but as a bondholder, I'm safe.
Yeah, just like the BBBY bonds holders.
Yeah, Negative Road 8610 shared a picture that I believe is historically accurate of what happened to the stock price of Sears.
Hey, now with BBBY issuing more stock and bonds, do you think it's advisable to sell $1 puts for April? You get like 25 cents for them.
Don't mess with that stupid shit.
Pretty good return. I was tempted.
Those bonds.
Zombie
That's
Bear
like
was looking at them.
It's like something Opinion would do or something. Distinct Rays 2939. Oh, are you? Can you find the mic button to unmute? I guess simple. We really shouldn't be surprised that a lot of people are having trouble unmuting because our audience is WallStreetBets.
Yes, and the people that know how to unmute are too busy losing money.
True. Somebody said that I'm jerking it right now. Please stop staring at me through my window. Thank you.
It's not cool, boys. It's not cool.
Not cool. Not cool.
Anna's been pretty, I'm gonna assume it's a boy or a girl, pretty active in the chat. You wanna come up and share your losses, because I can sense you have them. I have a sixth sense. Oh really? Come on, jump in. Let's hear what you have to say. I don't have the balls for that. Does that mean you're a girl or?
Hey guys. I don't have too much loss porn right now.
I'm sure
you just have regular porn.
The best.
Well, yeah, regular porn, obviously. But yeah, no, I mean, I just got, like my, shit, what am I trying to say? Oh yeah, so I was saying in the chat about USDC, then it got deleted. But no, I've just been buying mostly crypto.
Buying crypto, so not
don't have big losses. I'm up a little bit too. I mean, I did in 2021, but I've been buying back lower. So yeah.
I think you
crypto goes to
have
zero. That's cool.
And I think you actually have the balls, so we'll see what happens.
Perhaps more balls than the guys that physically have balls. So good for you.
Probably, but we'll see.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm rooting
for you. All right, remove me from
I don't see it happening.
Remove me from the whatever speaker.
Just click leave the stage. Oh, there you go.
Indeed.
Yeah,
yes. Good luck with your crypto bets. Yes. We've invited a few more people. If you would just click the accept speaker button. We got some more people. Got a lot of people asking to come up, but I don't think they know how to click buttons. On the low.
Hey.
Yeah, I bet your portfolio's on the low. How are you doing?
Good. So I just lost I'm 19% down on the wheat stock.
You know, it's still
Which
fashionable
one?
to lose money on wheat stocks.
What?
Which one? There's a lot of them.
Tilray on the
Tilray.
USD market. I was making a profit and the wind just blew off. I had the time to cash out some of that profit, and then I just made the mistake of buying back at the wrong moment, and so now I'm down 20%. So,
Was there a right moment to buy back in?
no, I should have just never came back, but I don't know. You never know. It might go back up.
True.
You never know.
Never know.
You never
There's
know.
no, yeah.
Yeah, you never know. Yeah.
No, there's nothing that helps investors learn
No.
what companies are the best to invest in. Nothing at all.
I
Don't
mean-
believe Warren Buffett's lies. Tilray. So what was the initial thesis with Tilray? Simple.
He likes to get high.
I mean, I do smoke weed, but I don't know.
This is
Like,
too easy. This is too easy.
it felt.
Then you saw. No. Let me answer for you. And then you saw Didi on WallStreetBets, and everybody was talking about it.
No, not even. Like, I've been watching WallStreetBets like on and off. Because,
Where did you get the Tilray from?
I mean, I've been investing for quite a bit. Like, probably one of the first investing I ever did was when Canada was about to legalize weed. So I realized, like, just looking back at it, it's really high volatile, and they just have some pop off moments. I was like,
you're not listening. How did you get the Tilray?
What do you mean?
Where did you find Tilray?
Well, it's a high. It has a high volume. Like, you just go into looking at high volume stocks, and you would find Tilray. I don't get your question.
So it was. That's all he's asking. How did you find? I know this is tough. He's just asking, how did you find Tilray? Are you saying you found it through like
By
a volume
volume,
screener?
volume average, and also watching at weed stocks, but volume average and monthly tools, like, yeah.
Beautiful, just beautiful. And how much are you down?
Not a lot.
Money.
Only 1.5k USD. It's not a lot. I'm gonna make it back.
It is for you, but
yeah, it is. Yeah, but it felt good putting out saying it off my chest. I appreciate you.
That's what we're here for. And don't worry,
Yeah,
your
this
voice
is
has
safe
been.
space.
Yeah, your voice has been edited to where people. You sound like Kermit the Frog right now for everybody else. So. And your picture
okay.
blanked out. Yeah,
he really does. Yeah, it's breaking
100%
up.
safe. Yeah.
This thing,
Oh.
did you
But
find?
I have. Can I ask you a question? I know everybody is talking about stocks and all that, but how did y'all get into option selling bets?
I saw a WallStreetBets DD, and then the rest is history. Yeah.
Okay.
You know, in Europe, the betting is legal, so you can bet here actually on sports and everything. And one day I walked into the betting shop. I wanted to put a bet on the basketball game, and the old man said like, no, you need to look at the options. The option is much better than betting. And he had like a golden Rolex on his hand. He's like, I'm on this with options playing, and yeah, that was it. I got hooked on the options.
Yeah, my first put I ever sold was on BlackBerry, and it closed 1 cent above my strike, so I didn't have to buy shares. I was hooked ever since.
Okay. It's just because I never bought bets. That's why.
And don't buy them. This was a joke.
Oh, we're very serious. My PP reversed, which just feels like a complicated way of saying vagina. How are you? All right. We see you're unmuted, but something's not working on your end. Perhaps we can't hear you. And speaking of mics not working, Distinct Rays is back. Did you perhaps fix your situation?
Until they resolve their mic issues, I wanted to ask Opinion a question. Opinion in the chat is asking you, are you really gay? Could you answer them, please, if you're not gay?
feel like we should just go for the record. How many people can we get up on stage who don't have a working mic?
I feel like Opinion answered the question. Stop asking
Yes.
people.
I mean, his silence speaks volumes. Vagina, you're back. Is your mic working? And it sounds like a no. AIO, Elliot, as some people call you, because no one knows what that word means. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing well. I just wanted to check if this microphone's working from Tokyo right now, or is everyone just technically unadvanced here?
Why does it got to be from Tokyo? Yeah, your mic's working.
Okay, checking. All right, see you guys later.
All right.
Beautiful, silence on the stage.
He's losing time.
No,
That's what
can I
losing.
just give a IT
Hello?
tech real quick?
Oh.
Look, we
Got
got
him! Yeah.
I had push to talk on.
Imagine
Well,
the technology is hard.
Imagine that.
Just to talk.
So
Yeah, it's tough.
yeah, so it's not a backholder, it's a backholder recovery story.
Oh, that's heartwarming. Tell us.
So I
Start with the loss first, of course, and give us the redemption.
Well, I shorted XSP calls at the bottom of the rally we had a few months ago, and they were leap calls. And as we rallied up, I got margin called like 1 or 2 times, but I kept the others.
Right,
and with the recent downturn, I just broke even. I do have a.
All right, hang on, because not everyone will understand what you said. So the S&P before the recent rally, right? So like the drop we had, like end of last year, right?
Yeah, like November.
Okay. Yeah, so the drop we had in November on the S&P, you went into short calls.
Yeah, short XSP calls. Yeah.
Short XSP calls and leap calls. Whoa, Croatian.
Lord, okay.
We got some Croatian speak going on here. Okay, so you went short SPY, or I'm sorry, not SPY. You went short the S&P by selling leap calls on XSP, which is mini SPX, I believe. And then the S&P went on a rally, so it went from what would you say, like you're probably close to like 380, and then it rallied to like 416, 417, something like that. You got margin called? Is this correct?
I just shared a picture of before it.
Holy hell, that's a lot of red.
Yeah, so I did get margin call on like 1 or 2, which I had to close at a loss. But then I kept the other ones.
So what was explain to us your thesis on shorting the S&P at a relative low by using leap naked calls?
Well, I thought it would go lower.
Well, that makes a lot of sense. Did you know that there was a high risk of margin call? Why did you think it was a good play at that time?
Because we were heading lower.
Why didn't you sell like a monthly instead of like a leap?
Well, I know if I sold monthlies, and we did rip higher, I would be more red. Let's say I would lose more.
Correct. Yeah.
Perhaps, yes. And
Bad
now
thing
the
is, I
price.
think I over leveraged myself, and yeah.
Yes, that's what the phone call from margins strongly suggests. So now you're back in the green, or are you still losing money?
I just broke even, as in 0%.
0%.
It's not negative. It's 0.
And you made that play in November, right? And
Yes,
the
I've been
S&P
back holding that since then. It's yeah.
I see. So the S&P was at about 380 when you made the play. S&P is at about 386, 387 now. The S&P is slightly up. Shorted the S&P. You just broke even. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
data helped. Data helped, so
The data helped, yeah.
it raised
If you
my
had just
break-even.
bought the S&P, you would be outperforming yourself.
I thought we weren't going to judge here.
Oh, no judgment. Only facts. Only scientific facts. I don't know what happened to Croatian, but I see Tivoli, the man who's currently at war in Ukraine, is back to blow up our ears.
But yeah, that's. But I'm breaking even now, so it's all good.
Congratulations.
And I'm not thinking of selling.
Selling. You
As in
sold.
closing. I'm not thinking of closing the position.
You're very good. Very good. Never close. Let the SPY run up, but never close. Tivoli, dare I ask you to unmute and speak and potentially kill everyone? Oh, here we go. I think we're good. Go ahead and speak.
Can you hear me?
Oh yes, we can hear you. Have you
excellent.
taken shelter?
Yes.
The barrage, the enemy barrage. Okay, good.
Yeah.
You have any stories to share with us?
No, I don't really lose that much money because I don't, I don't follow the WallStreetBets DD, so I don't have that many interesting stories to share. I'm sorry.
Oh, so what did you want to share? You did make most people's ears bleed earlier with your mic and sound, so I think we would like you to share something of value, if you don't mind.
Something of value.
Read. On account of our ears dying earlier.
I'm sorry.
Fantastic. Opinion. Oh, there's Opinion. He speaks. Always trying to get this thing to work. Yep, I know. They know too. I suppose I don't see any more raised hands. Perhaps, and Simple, I think he's been called back to duty by Putin.
3590, whatever. Come up. Let's talk. You wanted to talk earlier.
Are you broken, Opinion? Okay.
I think it's a he, actually.
He deceiving. Okay. 3589023598235. Come on up. We've invited you. Sigint73, Cloud the Conqueror. You've also been invited. Hello, 3589023598235. How are you?
Hi.
Is that your name?
I don't know Reddit well.
What account number are you on now?
Account number? What do you mean?
How many accounts have
You
you
start
had
at
there?
1 or?
I don't use Reddit. This is my first one. I just made it for the server.
Oh, so honored.
Are we assuming genders in 2023?
Yes.
Sure. All the rage. Yes. Do you have any bag holding stories?
I'm confused. What's going on up here? Why is 100 people?
Somebody wanted you to speak. I think you said you wanted to speak. Do you have stories to share with us, the good people?
Stories. I have a lot of stories.
Trading
losing money. Yes.
Oh, trading related. Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm new to trading, but I'm here to learn. Yeah.
If you're new, surely you've lost some money already?
I lost I think I've won. I think I'm up. Yeah. I mean, on small trades I lost, but I'm up overall. I have some mentors helping me out, so yeah.
Can we just pause a second and go back? How many years have you been in WSB servers, and you're telling me that you're new to trading?
I just don't appreciate that actually. So yeah, let's chill out.
All right.
You feel she's being attacked?
Yeah, I feel like that was a cold attack. Like pretty negative, honestly.
say you're under 30 years old or over 30 years old?
I don't think I said, but I'm under.
Asking the right questions here.
Am I with the boomers right now? Chilling with the boomers.
Is there any advice you have
How old are you,
for
Luis?
other traders? Other
How old are you?
How old am I?
Yeah.
I'm of a reasonable age. Do you have any advice, any stories for the other traders, new traders? Anything you could tell us? Anything you could tell the boys here?
The boys, yeah.
Boys, yes.
Saturdays are for you. Is that good?
That's so good. We're gonna end you right there. Elliot, how are you?
Good. I was just surprised. She said she was up and she had mentors, and I wanted to ask who the mentors were. But I guess we kicked her before, and I guess she brought her Gen Z attitude. I wanted to give her some Gen Z attitude, and
you got kicked because Gen Z, too much Z. Elliot wants to know who your mentors are. Fucking long ass number name girl.
Yeah, but she created her account for us, so we have to appreciate that. If you guys were listening, always gotta make sure you listen to those lady investors. Some of them are, good. Some of them are bad. We're not mentioning any Walgreens testing, anything like that. What was her name? Holmes. But I digress.
Kathy.
Anyway. Oh yeah, her too. Yeah. Anyway, good talk so far. Just wanted to chime in real quick and say, yeah, you guys are doing good, holding the fort up here. I feel sorry for some of these losses in here. That 10K BS loss that you. I wanted to ask you a question, Luce. Apart from that girl.
My name is Lewis now, as someone called me yesterday.
Oh,
so,
Lewis.
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry, Lewis.
Said my name was
Lewis.
Lewis, so yeah, that's what my name is.
Okay, Lewis. Or just Lewis. Sorry.
Yes.
I wanted to ask if I was invested in the SPX or just anything in general, is it possible for me to be zero net gain on something, just flat out zero balance? I mean, it doesn't really make sense from a number standpoint.
Not make money?
Well, my PP reverse said he's net neutral, if you may.
He's break even. He was saying he sold leap calls on the S&P when it was down a pretty good amount, which those are naked calls. Might be one of the dumbest trades I've ever heard in my life. But he said now that after getting margin called, I guess he had to cut the position size or liquidate some other positions. Also a dumb thing to do, instead of closing the trade out. But the markets went back down, and now he's break even. So
okay.
Yeah,
I appreciate that. No, I just couldn't. My brain couldn't wrap around what was actually going on here. So I appreciate the insight and understanding of his play.
Sure. So now that we met our quota of talking to a total of 2 women versus 150 men, I think
we get some more women out there, or just one more woman? Third time's a charm.
I just want to say it's a little bit unfair that we didn't ask any of them if they shop at Big Lots. Like, we asked all the big.
Yeah.
We got the Big Lots moms, but we don't ask.
Okay, ladies, if you shop at Big Lots, raise your hand. In case you guys don't remember, guys and girls don't remember, we had a Big Lots talk with the Big Lots moms. They were sharing their experience and opinions of Big Lots. I said I was shorting them. One of us was right, and I gotta tell you, it wasn't the women. Just kidding. I was right because I'm shorting them. But if there are any Big Lots people in general, Big Lots men, Big Lots women, Big Lots days, raise your hand and we will bring you up to speak about Big Lots specifically.
Yeah, and we always appreciate the lady insights, of course. We want to be able to understand from a female's perspective.
Yeah, that was lady insights with the T. Don't get too excited.
Yeah, for anybody that might not be able to understand my pronunciation, as you know, sometimes I do not articulate that clearly. That was with a T. Thank you, Luce.
Not everyone's into lady insights, but yes.
Yeah, but we digress. Where's Rad when you need him? ladies and gentlemen, where's the ladies at? Let's go ahead and talk about Big Lots. But let's not just stop with Big Lots. If you're into TJ Maxx or Ross or any store like that, if you don't know, then you should know that we actually got some inside understanding to a lady's mindset that bye bye Lululemon, hello Athletica at your local Gap store. So yeah, if you're not listening to Wall Street Bets, you are now, because we got some great intel from the ladies, and hopefully we can get some up here. But I digress.
What's on Lulu?
Hey, Elliot, what was it? I don't understand. Was there a confusion?
No confusion anymore. I understood it thanks to Lewis's information, insight, just kind of explaining to me your plays that you took in order to get a 0% balance. Because at the end of the day, I've never been able to achieve that. I always either am negative or positive.
Well, I mean, I'm just estimating like $100 up, $100 down, depending on the day.
Oh,
So
no, I got you. You're doing the SV, Silicon Valley Bank balancing book from KPMG. So I got it. It's all good.
You know who I want to hear from? I want to hear from Jefferson's hat, although I think he literally just left as I started saying that. So never mind.
Kill lost him.
Let's see if we can summon him back.
Russian for what a shame, by the way. Non-cultured people. Well, if you're gonna invite Jeffersons, I have to go.
Wow. I see how that.
I'm sorry, none of those don't correlate to each other. I was just gonna go. I have what's that thing called? What's that thing that nobody really knows about here? A life.
I knew
it. Yeah, I'd like to go. I'm just kidding. Yes. I'm very lonely and sad. Yeah. Yes. I lost my penis and I have to go find it. Okay.
Have you checked inside?
No, but I'm pretty sure the squirrels outside have something to do with it. So, would you like to continue the talk, or
Fucking Numbers is trolling you on the chat there?
Or is talk dead? Oh, we kick dudes all the time, and it's like funny and everybody laughs. When we kick a woman,
well,
don't make me say it. Don't make me say it.
Come put
big
your hand
jokes.
up. Don't see anything. Oh, there we go. Oh, it's T-Prince.
T-Prince. Yes, come on.
There we go. Oh, suddenly you don't have to go anymore, Luce. Curious how that works.
T-Prince is cool. What are you talking about? You wouldn't know anything about being cool, would you, Opinion? T-Prince, how are you?
Good. Hey, guys. Hey, good morning.
How are the chickens?
Good morning.
The chickens are great. They're doing very well. Aegon even picked the gender of Bad Boy RD's baby yesterday. He picked that it's going to be a boy.
That's pretty good. It's Cleo, fortune-telling chicken. Is it a rooster?
Miss Cleo. Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
MVev actually did the breakdown, and Aegon's trading at 86% currently.
Damn.
Oh.
CNBC's got to hire that chicken.
I put him up against Jim Cramer any day.
Okay, so T-Prince. By the way, I've re-invited the two women that were here earlier, since suddenly everyone's getting excited that there are women that exist at all in Discord. T-Prince, were you one of the Big Lots moms by chance, or
no?
Quarantine Big Lots?
I don't shop at Big Lots. It's a train wreck. I do like TJ Maxx though. I brought up TJ Maxx, and I enjoy shopping there because everything's well placed. They have nice displays. It's not just a freaking Big Lots is like the basement at Walmart. If Walmart had a
basement. Some people like Big Lots. I don't know where they are because I've never seen them in real life.
Bro, I've never been in a fucking Big Lots. Like, no.
I've been there once. I wanted to do like a countrywide tour of all the Big Lots stores.
Ooh,
kind
okay.
of like
Assess
do like
them.
a live feed. And just like tell everybody what's going on, look at the stores, interview the employees. But then I realized that would be a massive waste of my time.
Just like bring a big bag in, steal a bunch of shit, and run out. It seems like
Yes.
kind of like that's how big lots would
Oh.
fucking be.
Wow.
I was kidding. I don't really have any desire. I get them mixed up too with ocean.
We know that.
But yeah, thanks.
Yes. Numbers girl, you're back since you're upset about being removed.
I'm
We're all
vibing.
back.
I'm vibing.
Vibing.
Tell us how you
Or-
feel. Do you
You
like?
assume a lot. You assume a lot, dude.
No one's assuming anything. I
Assume a
think.
lot. All right. Communication. I'm glad we brought the ladies back up. T Prince.
Yeah.
Yes. You're fantastic.
Liz, would you like to hear about my biggest loss? Because it was the same company as your biggest loss.
Oh, really? Was it Meta? Well, actually, I didn't lose money on Meta. What was
AMC.
What was it?
It's AMC.
Ah, yes, I did lose money shorting AMC. I might add. That was almost 2 years ago now. But yes, tell us.
52,000 because I held
Holy
instead
mother
of
of God.
having an exit strategy.
Did your chickens not tell you to get the fuck out?
You know, I wasn't utilizing my chickens for trading at that time. I hadn't tapped into that whole side of trading yet. So yeah, I would have asked Dagon, and he'd have said, "Don't be stupid. That's a lot of mealworms, lady." But yeah, I wasn't trading with chickens at that point.
When did you realize that loss? Was it before or after it gave the only financial advice I would ever give, which was don't hold AMC stock?
It was before. Yeah, I think I hadn't heard that, or I would have definitely closed that
Yeah.
position.
Remember, we got in voice, and I said, please go to voice. I'm trying to save all of you people from yourselves. This is the only financial advice I will ever give, and it was to get rid of your AMC shares.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
So that loss was the first big run up. So that was way before you. I remember that day, and yeah, way before that.
52 large. It's unfortunate. How many chickens is that?
That is a lot of freaking chickens. That's
Oh,
a new
what is it?
chicken house.
What does a chicken cost you these days?
The chicks have definitely gone up. They are now anywhere between $5 and $11 for just basic breeds. For hens and roosters are like $3.50 to $5, which is a significant increase from years past.
What's the rooster to hen ratio? That's the desired ratio.
You should have one rooster for every at least 5 hens.
And that rooster's having a pretty good time.
Yeah, each rooster.
A lot of selection there, huh? Yeah.
5 ladies in their harem.
Oh,
See,
hey.
they have to primp and show out and impress the ladies to get their attention, to get them to be part of their group. You know, it's not just, hey, you're with me. The ladies have to choose them.
Of course.
They can't be dicks, you know.
They are cocks, though. Opinion, what were you going to say?
No, I was gonna say it's been like a couple minutes. You haven't introduced Maggie Moon or our
Maggie
fourth
Moon.
woman of the.
Oh yeah.
But no pressure.
Yeah, welcome, Maggie Man. Welcome.
Wait, so Devil or 358902359822035. God, I wish you picked a shorter name.
Yeah.
Do you have any like interesting things that you do in life at companies that are publicly traded?
What?
I think you heard.
Do you work for any? Here, let me rephrase it for you. Do you work at any company?
Yeah, I'm an EMT, but I mean, I don't know that I work for the government.
Ah, worthless.
So people rely on you to have their lives saved. Is
That's
that correct?
true. This is correct. Yes, Luce.
That
And,
reminds
do
me of
you work
Silicon
for
Valley
a-
Bank.
Go ahead.
Wait, what?
Yeah. No. Please go ahead, Elliot.
Oh, I was just gonna. I interrupted you, so continue, sir.
I said my piece.
Okay. Well, I wanted to know. At the end of the day, I just wanted to know. At the end of the day, this government agency you work for, does it start with an A or an M or AFC? Or I think it's how you said it. You work for the Army, the Air Force.
The Department of Defense.
Oh, whoa. Okay. So, Raytheon or Boeing? Which one do you like better?
What?
Those are companies.
What?
Yeah, I'm
No, asking her
confused.
if she
I'm
likes,
honestly confused. I
the
don't know what's
plane.
going on.
You work for the Department of Defense. I thought you would know what a rate. Wow. Do you know
I
what
do
Boeing?
research. I do research.
You're research and an EMT, like at the same time.
Yeah. Gotta moonlight these days. Yeah.
I feel like I'm on the hot seat right now, but what's the question,
No,
opinion?
my bad. I just.
Elliot is just he likes to interrogate women when they appear. So yeah, don't be
I'm only here
alarmed.
for the facts. I'm only here for the facts. So at the end of the day,
I do,
are you an EMT worker or do you work for the actual government? I think
I do EMT work as volunteer work. I am like nationally and state certified and locally certified, and I just do it as volunteer work because I just do it as
let's do a
volunteer
round
work.
of applause for that. Throw the doge up for her. That's awesome. Good job.
How?
Thanks.
Who threw out the
Yeah.
Doge? Please explain.
So my university paid for like my certification and everything, and then I just like work for my city and stuff, and I work for another city in the summer. Basically, I just like, like EMT work, and then I also have a grant to do research for the government, like I said.
good for you. Yeah, that's awesome.
That's cool. Thanks.
Your mic is very loud and clear.
Me?
I just want to say yes. Thank you.
Sorry.
Ears.
I can turn it down.
Just a tad bit.
Just a
but
tad bit in
all-
my headphones here.
Yeah, it's all good.
Is this better, Luz?
That's much better. Almost too far, but hey, that's not a problem for most
Should
of us here.
I keep going down like too far?
I see what's going. No, I see where this goes.
Either confirm or deny.
I know exactly where this is going. Let's not.
Mickey Moon,
wow.
Thank you for joining us. Sure.
Wow.
Opinion. What are your thoughts on the banks?
The banks, I love them. I put my money there. Fortunately for all of you, you don't have to worry because no one here has got more than $250,000. But I mean, look, honestly, I think most people are gonna get back almost all their money. I think Yellen has talked about stepping in and bailing out depositors. No one here is probably an investor in SVB. So the only thing that's really going to matter is how much these bridge loans are going to cost for companies who just need interim financing. Rex has been probably the biggest beneficiary of, just over the weekend, an explosion in demand for bridge loans. So they're probably going to be a big winner, but I think they're privately owned, so not really an opportunity there. I don't know. Is there anyone who's like incredibly like vulnerable to, just very short-term disruptions in cash availability? Because I think that's the only issue.
They've already said they're going to be fine. Roku.
What are you doing what are your plays on Roku, T-Prince?
Oh, I'm not playing Roku. I'm just saying they came out and announced that that they're going to be fine. Apparently, J.P. Morgan has taken over their accounts, and they're going to be fine.
Okay.
It'll be interesting to see if like they open really low for whatever reason, because a lot of they were the first to really put out a press release, and it was a fairly large number. So that'll be interesting. There's like a tiny microcap in Canada called Acuity Ads that kind of became the poster for having like 90% of their cash at SVB, so that might be something else to watch. But again, super thinly traded, so not really that interesting. But yeah, I think if anything, Luce, to answer your question, it might be like a little bit of an overreaction to some stocks, so that might present buying opportunities. What do you think?
Talking to me.
Yeah, I assume you just agree because I'm pretty smart. So
Oh, if you said it, I definitely don't agree. Yes. Whatever you said. Yeah. I think. I mean, it sounds like. I don't even want to say it sounds like. There were literally footage, video footage of people doing bank runs on like First Republic, and I think Pac West. So some of those banks, they might be a tad bit screwed, but I don't think the news is headlines. Those are the guys throwing out the word contagion, and people hear that, and like a bunch of sheep, they say, "Oh my God, contagion! The Fed needs to save us." I honestly don't. Doesn't seem to be that bad. It sucks for SVB, but that was just shitty management, is what that was. Go figure that the same.
Well,
yeah, I mean, Roblox said what, like 5% of their cash or something. So I mean, it's a lot of money. The share price is going to go down, but still have like billions of dollars. Some of them have billions of dollars in cash, and they're losing like a couple $100 million. So
Right, it's nothing.
I mean, it's
I think the interesting thing will be to like. I mean, you were asking right.
pretty
about
sure. I'm pretty sure publicly traded companies don't keep cash in their bed. So in a mysterious internet land where all other cash is kept, the stock price is probably going to be affected. But these companies have a lot of cash. Look, I'm shorting Roblox, so I'm not saying it's a good thing.
Well, no. I think what's going to happen is maybe one opportunity is any company or bank that's operating between like 50 billion and 250 billion in deposits, and that's operating under the current like framework where they have a bunch of their deposits invested in stuff that Basel III like explicitly like carves out an exception for them to own, is going to have to reposition. And so those are the ones that might be at risk when they come out and say like, look, if regulations tighten as a result of this, because by the way, just to back up for a second, the reason like a few small banks fail from time to time, but they're relatively small, and that's largely because if you're under a $50 billion in deposits, you're able to take on slightly riskier investments, and you're not subject to like stress tests. And then what happened is SVB lobbied to get that pushed to 250 billion, and I think they were sitting at 220 billion, and it's because they weren't subject to those stress tests that things collapsed. So if that gets repealed or pushed back to like 50 billion or somewhere in between, there's going to be some other banks that are adversely impacted, and they'll have to put out press releases or do whatever. And so that might be a play. Depends mostly though on how the markets react, because this isn't by any means an innovative take that I'm presenting. And but the thing is, nobody knows the timeline, and regulatory like changes like this can take forever to implement, or it can happen overnight, depending on like if there's enough media, outrage as there is right now. So that is my answer for you, Luce. Thoughts? Did I get any of that correct?
You answered the same question again?
Yes, but different.
Oh,
and I use big words.
Yeah, I wasn't listening at all. Sorry.
That makes sense then.
Okay. Yes, I agree with whatever it was that you said. Yes.
Yeah, it sounded very professional. Yeah, I mean, I couldn't have said it any better, honestly. Good job.
But I digress.
But the real question is, what does the chicken say? Is the chicken saying we're going to have a bank run or not?
What does Eggnog say? Is that his name?
Egg on. Aegon.
Come on. Who's gonna name their chicken eggnog? Come on.
Aegon. Aegon.
From dragons, yes, he's named after a dragon. I can ask him. Would you like me to ask him? What?
Yes, put the chicken on.
What specific?
This is why they're not regulating crypto too, by the way. They'll just let shit fall to pieces. Well, Coinbase will be okay, yeah. Circle will too. But they're not gonna regulate it until, like, they're gonna, shit's gonna keep falling, whatever, blah blah. But at the same time, it's like, why, wouldn't you think of crypto right now as an alternative when, these fucking banks are fucking failing, right? So it's in.
Are you talking for the average?
No, that's not. No. Hell no.
Oh no! Hey, T Prince, to answer your question, we would like Eggnog to answer the question.
Will there be a bank run tomorrow? Yes or no? Is that what you wanted me to ask him?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Thanks. Did you want something different, Luce?
No, whatever it is that Eggnog wants to address. Yeah, of course.
Well, the first thing is that he doesn't want you to call him Eggnog.
Tomato, T Prince. We need answers from you know what I'm talking about.
Respect the chicken's pronouns.
That's
sir.
right. Respect the chicken.
He's not the only cock in the room, okay?
So,
It's not a cock at all.
Whoa.
He's not a cock at all. He's a chicken. Come on, let's get it right. All right.
What are jokes?
Oh, damn.
Yeah,
Coming
my
in
name is
hot
Loose.
with that.
My name is
Good
Loose
job,
Ventures. I take myself seriously, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sure. If T Prince, if he can answer that question, that'd be very helpful to everyone here who is now more confused about what's going on.
Yeah, and if you could ask him also, just for the reference, does he prefer a nickname Eggnog, just on the side, or if he just wants to be called by his real name too? That way we can get that out of the. Oh, okay. Well, I just figured we might as well just throw that in there just in case, kind of a cute nickname. We all have nicknames for people, so let's not digress too much. Well, sometimes I do call people longer nicknames than their original name, but I digress.
Copper Murphy says he's going to short. He quote, "I'm going to short on my own nutsack." Wanted to share the comment. Oh, yeah.
So I invited a couple more people up here. Gentlemen, you've got your mic open. I'll mute that for you. While we're waiting for T Prince to share the good news on the what?
I'll be back.
I'll tell you a fun story. You guys know how Robinhood is the best broker in the world. They never get anything wrong. A team of absolute professionals.
Yes. Tell me more.
While USDC, because Hannah, you brought this up, while USDC was crashing, hitting 88, 87, whatever cents, Robinhood was just showing off its commitment to customer trust and safety. And they were allowing users to sell USDC for $1. So great opportunity for everyone who found that early. Just buy a bunch of USDC on other platforms, transfer them over to Robinhood, cash out for $1. Easy money. Great arb. And of course, only possible through the generous philanthropy that is Robinhood management and VCs. Again, not surprised at all that this happens for Robinhood.
Yo, sorry, dude.
Yes, sir.
Was someone else talking?
No, go for it.
No, yeah, I wanted to ask you opinion. I wanted to ask you like what news sources you read and what your process is, because it seems like you have a really good brain for these types of things.
Same.
Luz, I hope you haven't left yet because look, I finally got it.
Can we hold on one second, because these calls are not recorded. Opinion wants you to repeat that a little bit slower, and he's going to play it as his alarm clock when he wakes up in the morning. Go ahead, one more time, please.
This is recorded, bro.
It is recorded, so no worries. I already got.
Oh, it is. Oh, my bad. Okay, we're good. Yeah.
Like, Opinion, teach me how to be smart.
Well, first of all, Luce, did you want to say anything before you head off?
No, I was going to leave quietly, but now it's obvious. So, yes, I'm going to leave.
Everyone throw up to Doge for Luce. Thanks for coming in today, Luce.
There's some squirrels
Bye,
outside.
Luce.
I'm
Throw up
going
to Doge in the chat.
Yeah, Luke.
going to have a heated discussion with the squirrels outside. Wait, tie you up? What? Right, goodbye. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
I'm gonna miss you.
How do I look? I just read news from a lot of different sources, and then I think the bigger thing is once you see someone say something that you don't understand, just go Google it, and then just keep doing that until you understand what's going on, or you give up and start crying. That's generally my approach to learning anything. But yeah, I think Hacker News is probably a good starting place, and if you started there and just read through everything and kept Googling, eventually that will lead you to everything you need to know. Other than that, there's a couple like big people in finance who have blogs and stuff, none that I can think of off the top of my head. But you'll start collecting them as you browse through reading stuff.
Nice.
I don't know if that helps at all.
No, it does. I'm still learning how to read, but I think like once I can read fully, it'll be super helpful.
Excellent. Well, I can't help you there, but once you get there, you'll do great things. We got a couple more people up here. Gentleman Copper Murphy, and Zach, what's up? You guys have anything you want to share?
Yes.
Can you turn it up just a little?
Well, this is a good time to interject with the fact that if you're listening on Discord, you can actually adjust every person who's up here's individual sound for your own convenience. So no need to ask people to get louder or quieter. Just it.
Yeah, can I make just a quick? Can everyone mute their mic because it's echoing?
A bit of an echo there, yeah.
The answer?
All right, so we can go one by one. Go ahead.
Yeah, so speaking about tomorrow, I have some family that they own some businesses. They literally can't make payroll because the bank is not paying anybody. So I feel like tomorrow is going to be a bloodbath. And I'm just going to short on everything, including my own nutsack.
Sorry, you're gonna short something? Sorry, I totally got distracted by the fact that I'm no longer seeing the cat and I wanted to go pet.
I'm borrowing it back from my wife, and I'm gonna short it, and then I'm hoping to sell it back to her at a profit.
Yes. I'm sorry, I totally spaced out, and I feel so bad that I can't really give you a proper response. But I did invite up not your average monkey, which I assume implies that he's an ape. So fingers crossed that he's not.
But back to an actual play. The airline stocks and also automotive stuff. A lot of the banks they run their payroll through are tied together, and there's a lot of banks out there that they deal with that, you know, I know some people at that they're literally not able to cut checks to their employees because of what's going on right now. And nothing's going to piss off the U.S. public more than when they don't get their paycheck.
That being said, I do think I read something somewhere that said some of the payroll processing platforms have switched over to JPM's solution, and so I think it might have been Rippling. And so as a result, you'll probably see they were like, most people will get paid Friday if they bank with JPM, and if not, they'll get it either Saturday, Sunday, or Monday at the latest. So I think it's not too many people, but if anyone here is on Blind, you can probably read more. I'm sure there's quite a fair amount of uproar there, but I'm not on Blind, so unfortunately I don't have the inside scoop for you there. Which, by the way, to answer Zach, your earlier question, if you have access to Blind, either yourself or through a friend, another great resource for getting on the ground information. Sorry, Ellie, go ahead.
Oh, no, you don't have to apologize. I was just going to ask, Mr. Zombie Bear wants to know what bank that was in the comment section, so figured I'd ask him for him.
So that was Rippling, which is a payroll provider or processing company, and they said that they had switched their operations to JPM, and so they were going to be able to process all those payments to the best of their ability, and everything should be going through by Monday. Rippling, by the way, is one of the bigger startups serving other startups in terms of payroll processing. So hopefully that kind of answers your question. I mean, from everything that's kind of come out, it seems like JPM is going to be the big winner here. But the thing is, JPM is already so big that I'm not really sure how material this is going to be, and it's already all kind of going to be priced in the moment markets open on Monday. I was reading a pretty cool comment thread from somebody who actually worked, for one of the big banks during 2008, and they were looking on how to assess acquiring some of the failing banks, and they were a little bit brief, but what they did say was that basically they get handed a spreadsheet of all their assets, and everyone just gives them a bid for what they think every asset is going to be worth, right? And now in the case of SVB, right, the holdings that really got them in trouble, and the majority of their holdings are these 10-year treasuries, and those are incredibly liquid. So liquidity is not the problem. They should get a price very, very close to market. There's some other stuff in there that is probably going to be marked down or take some time to sell, like small business or small to medium business loans, because each one is like its own transaction, so it's all got its own nuance, and it's not easy at first glance to know how much it's worth. There's less liquidity, but at least all of the 10-year treasuries should be sold fairly quickly and very, very close to market. So I think that's going to alleviate a lot of the immediate pressure, but I think at this point, literally anyone and everyone who banks at SVB is trying to take their money out. So not sure exactly how that's going to look, and also not sure what assets other than or some of these holdings that SVB still has to sell, because at least during 2008, there was a couple banks that had gone bankrupt, and when I can't remember the exact name, I think Wells Fargo ended up buying one, and it basically doubled its footprint in the U.S. geography. So look, am I like ChatGPT? Can I dumb this down a bit? Look, I don't know, but I guess the bottom line is I don't know what assets SVB really has other than the stuff, other than its 10-year treasuries, which have fallen down quite significantly, and there some like startup loans or startup like warrants and startups and stuff like that are probably all also now worthless because of what happened in the increase in interest rates and the bloodbath in 2022. So I'm gonna SVB posted its balance sheet. I'm gonna go take a look at that. Thank you, gentlemen. Do you want to tell us a little bit about that? All right. If not, I hope I didn't accidentally set you on mute. Oh, there.
Did you set me on mute by chance? Because for some reason.
I did.
Okay. Yeah. All I was gonna say is let's take a step back, because I feel like some of the stuff that is being reported versus what we're discussing about is gonna give people the wrong impression of what's going on. So, SVB had its balance sheet essentially taken over by the FDIC. And so they said when the takeover happened, that they were creating a new entity. This entity is called DINB. So we got to look at what SVB is this new entity, right? And this new entity has assets for sale. And they basically said, if you're interested in buying this balance sheet, we need your bids before the end of Sunday, because the news needs to lead the market reaction on Monday. So let's start from there and debate what's on their balance sheet. There's $175.4 billion that belongs to depositors. 93% of that money is unsecured because the FDIC only insures $250,000 per account owner. Now you can get into a bunch of shady shit and create multiple accounts to subvert that, but somebody got a call because there was a $42 billion withdrawal request on the day that this stock started selling off. So not only is there going to be lawsuits for the people that got that call and led the sell-off and told everybody draw down to $250,000 and get the fuck out, there's going to be people that tried to get wires out and didn't get them filled. There's going to be people that are suing the CEO who sold off like what, $3 million worth of like his stock going into this equity raise, and basically then came out and apologized, even though like the people who are actually affected can only get out $250,000 while he was able to sell off like almost $3 million in equity. So there's like lawsuits coming. The bank is shut down. There's a buyout of balance sheets. Bill Ackman is saying this is one of the biggest value buys that he's seen. So let's talk about that.
Those are some great points. Honestly, like, I hope you guys don't hate me for saying this and giving boomer advice, but like this stuff is pretty hard to predict, you know. So maybe we're all better off just not trading tomorrow and not speculating on this. It's okay to say I don't know what the hell is going to happen, you know.
And to add to your point, the pre-market's just open at 6, and the two majors are both up by almost 0.5%. So yeah, what do we know?
Like, you know, maybe WallStreetBets shouldn't be speculating on bank
Well, I
failure.
think we should absolutely be talking about it, though.
Yeah, what we should speculate is on what we don't know, but we can at least objectively say what has been reported. And what I would say is objective is that the mortgage-backed securities that they have on their balance sheet, and I'm referring to DINB now because SVB is no longer an entity. Like, the website is down, the puts pay, calls get like exercised out of the money. I'm sorry, calls expire worthless, puts get paid. So DINB is saying, would you like to take over the operational cash balance sheet of Roku and all these other tech companies? So if you don't see that someone was interested in taking the PE risk on tech out of Silicon, it means their balance sheet is in a situation where the cash burn rate is too high, because that's what got SVB in trouble. They saw that they were holding 1.8 mortgage-backed securities that were yielding 1.5%. They were facing an effective funds rate race that was going from 0 to 4.5%, and the quickest that anybody's ever seen. So you have to sell $2 billion worth of assets at an 80% discount, even though you have it marked as basically a long-term asset that you're going to hold to maturity. So let's be real. Like, the amount of money that they're on the hook for is $2 billion, which is not even 2% of the balance sheet of the deposits they had. That's why this bank was a buy to people who had billions to spend. JP Morgan actually is in the most volatile spot because they're buying their own balance sheet. Look at the correlation of JP Morgan versus SVB. Like, JP Morgan they're already leveraged to the tits in tech succeeding this year. So if they buy these assets, they're just doubling down on their position. Now, I know y'all love doing that, but I think that JP Morgan is actually the most volatile stock if it buys assets from SVB.
That is a good take.
I mean, they've owned Lehman assets since 2009 or 2010. They swallowed Lehman, and I think they've been okay.
Lehman.
Right? Lehman Brothers, excuse me, sorry.
Well, is that why this is all still happening? Like, those same mortgage-backed securities are what Silicon Valley Bank was holding and got hurt by?
I don't know if they were those specific security, but it's a very similar security that caused the '08 crisis. That's where I think it seems problematic, right? They had to mark down because they own some of those.
Right, and those are just rolled forward from 2008, though, probably, right?
The ones that they currently had, I don't believe so. I don't think they don't actively trade anymore. You know what I mean? Like that's dead weight on JP Morgan's balance sheet. They had newer ones. The
So
company that just went under.
Those just kind of got signed off as losses back then, you mean? Because what Degen just said, that sounds exactly right. Like that's why they have to liquidate. I've noticed a lot of big firms have to liquidate in those scenarios where they have to sell like $2 billion, and we see like all the companies get sold that morning in a row, like 5%. That's when you see like Meta and Apple down 5% down the same day. Is when like a giant firm or bank has to liquidate for that kind of reason.
Just to be clear, if we're not here to speculate on some crazy ass plays, I must have joined the wrong group.
You want to speculate on plays? Well, like if we all short everything, right? Think about this. We all think the market's going to be blood red, so we all buy puts. Obviously, that's not what's going to happen, right? Because then we'll all win. That's ridiculous. That's not going to happen.
Well, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna short the piss out of Tesla for no other reason than just because, and I'll see you guys Tuesday.
Yeah, I think you guys are foolish to go in all puts on Monday. Personally.
No, exactly. Yeah, it's
I'll also say, I mean, we look at credit swaps back in the day. They just got rolled out to SPACs within some respects, and then if we speculate on Ackman, no offense, but I don't touch anything Ackman touches. He literally goes in and goes out. He's literally the hot potato person. At the end of the day, he makes his money, gets out. He just press releases before the fact. So yeah, but teach your own.
Thank you for saying that. Who is that? I like you. Thank you for saying that.
I don't know what I said that was correct, but it's irrelevant.
About Ackman going in and out of things. That is very relevant. Most people don't know that.
Well, yeah, but at the end of the day, that's basically how these short-term value investors, if you want to call them that, play. And let's be very clear. At the end of the day, it's very speculative what anyone says right now, including quote unquote professionals, because at the end of the day, they're there to make money in a unrealized market. We have it's a bear/bull market. We could argue the financials technically in COVID-19 passed their stress test. So why are they underplayed today? Right? That's the real question. I think it's all. I think it's smoke and mirrors personally, but I'm not going to speculate on that too much.
Could you?
Well, no, because I don't have enough data to basically make a pointing case for it. It's more of just a speculation at this point. But
yeah, I mean everything is very speculative right now, right? But I think what you mean is like it's extra speculative because we were on the fringe.
Well, at the end of the day, if they passed a stress test before and they were able to hold the Ford up per se, with their ways of doing business, that was proof in the pudding for me. Because if you look at during COVID, they were actually supposed to peak up, but they didn't. And so the real question is, will the dollar stay strong or is it going to dip down a little bit? My speculation is the dollar is going to dip down a little bit, and that's not good for me because I'm in Japan, so obviously I want a higher dollar.
You're in Japan?
Yeah, so obviously I want a higher dollar compared to the yen, but the yen is going up. So if you guys really want to look at when the banks are going down, this is purely speculative, it's not financial advice, but check out when the Japanese yen goes up versus the US dollar going down. That's usually when the banks are going to slide off a little bit. But yeah.
Why is that?
Why is that? I can't tell you. I'm not in charge of the financial sector.
Okay,
but
I mean, basically, the hypothesis is like when the U.S. sneezes, the world catches a cold. So what you see is like a weakening of the U.S. dollar. Everything looks strong relative to the dollar, but all these other countries have dollar-denominated debt. So Japan and China then suffer a whipsaw effect where their dollar gets crushed, or their reserve gets crushed because they're holding so much of our debt. So like
dollar denominated,
super weak. Yeah, the dollar's gonna look super weak until the end of April, and then if this is really bad and the other banks like UK already stepped in, so I'm not worried about them. But if there is leverage in Silicon Valley, and it could be like, let's say Saudi Arabia has investment and they're banking through Silicon Valley through third parties, you'll see that Saudi money that was leveraged long in Silicon Valley tech take a harder hit than the US dollar, but it takes a while for the ripple to actually hit the rest of the currencies.
Right, that makes
Right.
sense.
And it's
Everything
a
else
lagging
looks
effect.
strong, dollar is weak, and then everything else is weak compared to the dollar.
And
What
gentlemen
about
said it
Nomura,
correctly, basically.
Ayat? Do you know a lot about Nomura?
I don't even know what that is. Is that a shitcoin?
Nomura is a giant hedge, like capital firm in Japan. They were
No,
very, very, very hardly hit by Archegos and Bill Hwang in 2021.
No, I don't follow any of the Japanese wealth management companies here. They basically just tie into their own Japanese economy and then invest internationally to kind of keep their books up for the losses of their Japanese investments. But
Do you
you
remember
can,
when
if you
Viacom fell in March of 2021?
remember what? Sorry.
When Viacom fell in March of 2021?
No, I don't remember that. I
That
didn't.
was-
I just got to the market like not even a year and a half ago, so I do
Oh,
apologize.
okay. No, that's okay. I'm glad that you're in Japan. Maybe you could shed some light at later time. I'll hit you up.
Yeah, no. Hey, he's gonna have one big swing before he retires. So everyone's speculating about the BOJ, and obviously, as the gentleman said, they're gonna sell off our treasuries and sell off our debt, essentially to raise their JPN value. But my speculation is that it will be a minute before that really happens because they're gonna wait for some real bad news to shed for people, because people are gonna run to the assets, right? They're gonna run to the treasuries. What keeps them safe, quote unquote. But yeah, I digress.
Can I give you my theory on that, on Japanese yen? Probably
Yeah,
wrong.
but I'm not gonna speculate on the Japanese yen, but
That's
but
fine.
sure, go ahead.
But can I tell you my theory? Okay, so my theory, and it could be wrong, I know a lot of you are smarter here, is that like if Nomura, right, has to close a lot of positions, because Nomura is another very, very struggling wealth management company due to Bill Hwang and Archegos. If they had to close a large amount of positions, like to liquidate, like how Degen was saying, like let's say they had to close $2 billion of positions to like cover for something. When those positions go back to New York and hit the stock exchange, that Japanese yen gets converted to US dollars, right? So then
Features
wouldn't
just
that
opened green.
be possibly... I know you heard, yeah. Then wouldn't that be possibly responsible for all the anomalies we saw last year with the Japanese yen and the US dollar fluctuating like that?
Gentlemen, do you want
Degen
to go
is
ahead and
deafened. I wish that Degen wasn't deafened.
no? Gentlemen, do you want to go ahead and answer that question?
He can't because he's deafened.
Oh, I don't. Why'd you go deafen?
I don't know, but that he was not deafened halfway through the question.
Hit him up in chat.
And can we fix his mic, or how's that work?
I'll tell him in chat.
I found it quite uncommon for WallStreetBets users to talk or know much about foreign exchange markets and this type of stuff, to be honest.
I know, but we should, don't you think?
Definitely, yeah. The more you know, the better.
He's back.
DJ.
Yeah, no, I don't think it's a wrong thing to talk about other countries' currency. I mean, obviously they play a little bit of roles on the US dollar, but my thing is like it's very speculative right now to even like comment on the Japanese yen, because you never know what the banking system over here is going to do, and the wealth management centers over here really invest in their own blood first, just like America does first, right? Well, actually I take that back.
Well, everything's speculative, but we're just doing informed research and talking, right?
Yeah, no, but go ahead.
Oh, sorry. If I'm talking over anybody, let me know, because my mic is acting crazy, so I'm on mute.
Oh no, DJ, we were waiting for you.
Happen.
Okay, I had a very simple question. If Nomura closed a large amount of positions, kind of like how you were talking about Silicon Valley Bank before, but since they're in Japan, right, just hypothetically, if they had to like close $2 billion worth of positions of theirs because of some kind of, crunch or interest rate change, when those shares hit the New York Stock Exchange and the Japanese yen, don't they have to get converted from Japanese yen into US dollars? And could that have caused the anomalies we saw last year in the Japanese yen and all the dollar? Sorry, I have a cold, by the way.
I cannot answer that, but I will say that if there was Japanese interest that was severely affected by Silicon Valley, you would want to think who was investing in the most like over leveraged, speculative, let's say like WeWork level, like infinite money prints, like money is free so it doesn't matter in the US, like I don't know, like a soft bank or something like that.
Yeah, SoftBank.
I digress.
No, that's not digressing.
You know who's bullish?
Just kidding.
Just real quick, guys. The Dow futures jumped 200 points because there's a new plan for the backstop of SVB just came across. So futures are double now in green. So
anyone that said not to trade tomorrow is out of their fucking minds, in my opinion.
That would be me. Thank you.
Yeah, you're out of your mind, in my opinion.
Still can't find the details. I'm looking for the plan, so I'll put it up when I find it.
Just a second. SPNY, somebody is saying is shut down, which means if that's true, puts pay and calls exercise or calls expire worthless.
I'm gonna be doing spreads. I'm gonna be playing the volatility.
Yeah, though, that's what I'm saying. Like this was a binary weekend where they were gonna take all the banks offline that were over leveraged, and those banks will be new companies and they will be taken off the market. So if you bought puts over the weekend on banks and they say, hey, our website's offline, we changed the name, it's DINB, then your puts pay, and they put a strike on the shares. So like SPNY, if they actually did close, puts were like, you know, you could basically go sell it for like $60 per share for like $1 a contract. You get the spread on that like overnight, which is crazy.
Wait,
So,
what would be an example? Like one?
so like if Silvergate announces, hey, we're closing, like they had $1 puts that expire March 17th for 5 cents a contract. So you pay 5 cents, you have the right to sell 100 shares at $1 a piece. The company no longer exists, so you sell 100 shares at $1 a piece that you paid 5 cents a contract for, so you make $95 on $5.
Oh, I see. So all the puts pay.
So I actually have 5 SBNY put contracts for a $70 strike price expiring next Friday. But I don't see any.
Double check with your broker. So
I have Silvergate spread.
News that it actually shut down.
I'm just saying you need to like get in contact with the broker and see how they'll pay you out, because it might be a situation, if it is true, you're just collecting a check on those contracts and the capital is not like turned to you if they halt the stock at market open. You won't be able to sell out of that position. They'll close it, and then your broker will pay you out, from what I understand.
I don't see anything about Signature Bank. Like,
I think somebody posted a link to the Unusual Whales Twitter deal.
Okay.
Which is usually pretty accurate, but I mean, if that's the case, pretty much any bank that has the name Community or Bancorp in its name is up next.
Right.
That's pretty good. That's pretty true.
That would be KRE, right? That's the original ETF.
I don't know.
Yes, it just came across CNBC about Signature Bank.
Do we trust them though? Are they really a reliable source? I mean,
Yeah, no, probably
They're
not.
pretty quick. Out of
yeah,
all of them,
I don't know.
probably not.
I like this girl.
It literally says regulators close New York Signature Bank citing systemic risk. So
Is it Reuters? Make sure that it's Reuters.
I'm gonna take CNBC.
Make sure it's Reuters or what else we got in there that's shit.
The Norwegian press.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
No.
Yeah. The Zacks reports, yeah, come on.
Do not use Benzinga. I know how much it costs to get an article into Benzinga without the ad only on there, and it's not that much.
BuzzFeed.
so low barriers. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think Signature Bank will be fine. Just in my negligent, stupid opinion. I could see problems though if it wasn't.
Crypto's moving up, and FDIC
I know they've
emails
been
coming out.
fucking killing it this whole day. I'm like trying not to look at my portfolio because I've been buying the fucking fear. Like
I like
Friday.
that. That's good. You're smart.
Yeah.
So
Everybody
at the end of the day, if you look at FT.com, they're really good about talking about European viewpoints of the financial sector for the U.S. If I may say that. London Stock Exchange will open up, before ours, of course, and so will the Asian market. So I'd say look at where the banks are at, the long banks. I think Luce kind of said it right. Where at the end of the day, long the big banks and short the smaller banks. Because that's really, at the end of the day, we're going to keep the dollar's not going anywhere, right? We're not just going to hand over.
Breaking news, there's an
In its last
FDIC
words.
email, joint statement by the Department of Treasury, Federal Reserve, and the FDIC. Here, I'll post it.
Everybody can all into puts tomorrow morning.
Just got
and
emailed to me right now.
Those puts could go up 100, 200%, 300%. Then
Signature Bank.
all it takes is Janet Yellen to come on TV, say some sentence that has a tiny positive sentiment, and those puts will be worthless instantly. So
Yeah, she's already positive anyway. She's so out of the loop. She's the perfect person for the contrarian of like what's really going on, right? If anything,
yeah, but
these guys are really good about doing, keeping things up to par. The gentleman, you were going to say something. Sorry.
So as the news starts to break about these banks that are being taken offline, the systemic risk that we haven't talked about yet is what was on Silicon Valley's balance sheet. So during COVID, when we had the infinite money print, seeing 1.56% on infinite money was a really good trade, especially if you were long tech, which is why they were able to accumulate so many balances in terms of like people that were saying we're willing to say fuck like the FDIC insurance limit because we're getting 1.56 on this infinite Fed print, right? So as we come out of that Fed print, the rate starts to go against them. So they're holding 1.56, and where we are right now is 4.57. But because this is a liquidity crisis in terms of the value of the US dollar crashing, the overnight lending rate historically in bank runs can go as high as 9%. So what happens is regional banks put in a position of indifference where they are not incentivized to borrow as much money as they can at 4.5%, fearing that the Fed will go to a 6% rate hike. Fed automatically says the only way you can borrow money is if you're willing to pay a substantial increase in the cost of borrowing for the short term. So look at the inversion in the yield curve right now versus what the banks are going to have to pay if they're actually in collapse from the Fed. So banks will pay 9%. You will be paid 6.5% to put your money in the most volatile banks. Think Credit Suisse. So the trade for the Fed is, can we stop a bank collapse if we collect 2.5% on the US dollar? And they're willing to sell off positions of SVB at a 90% discount, lend out money to regional banks at a 2.5% spread, and hope that the dollar doesn't collapse.
okay, so positions or ban.
Did anyone read the statement yet that they just released? Also, Credit Suisse had. We should also mention that they canceled their earnings call, right, with the SEC call. That was kind of overshadowed by Silicon Valley Bank and Silvergate.
Oh, that's right. I don't think they'll escape scrutiny, though.
Well, it was interesting timing how they just slid that information in right before everyone started talking about something else.
Damn, I was feeling a little bit bullish on Signature, and now
If you guys look at what Luce just posted, sorry for stepping over you, Hannah. I just wanted to say real quick, regulators closed New York Signature Bank citing systematic risk. Systematic. How do you pronounce that word?
Systematic. I know.
Systematic.
Systemic.
Unique New York.
Systemic risk, I apologize.
Systematic or systemic? Okay, it's systemic.
Organisms or no.
Yeah, no.
There's two
So
different
anyway,
words. There's systemic racism, and then there's systematic ways of doing things.
so this is saying systemic risk.
Systemic. Systemic risk.
Systemic
Just
risk.
jumping in here.
No.
First Republic Bank has been closed.
Okay.
Okay, so
Yeah, that's
I'm
fantastic.
nervous, and this is where I'm nervous. So everyone's been talking about the rising interest rates and when we're going to start seeing cracks in the system without really saying what are these cracks. Here's the crack: all these banks, right? Mismanagement. This is going to get worse, in my opinion. Now.
And it's not just crypto. We thought it was just
First
crypto,
Republic
right?
Bank just got closed.
Yeah,
Let's
dude.
go.
Like this is just like FTX.
Over leveraged banks, right? That use
So it's-
crypto as a scapegoat. Like,
Hold on.
that's what always
Yeah, it's
happens.
no different. It's no different, really.
So the real question at the end of the day is like First Republic Bank and some other these banks have some nice credit lines. So the question is like, what's going to happen? Who's going to buy those credit lines that are outstanding as well as available to consumers? That's the real question.
Basically, this becomes a inverse of the U.S. dollar for the Fed. Like, they need to short the U.S. dollar in the short term and making it very expensive.
What if they cut rates? That's my big fear, right?
I think they can cut rates, and if they do, that's great. But
That's what I've always thought was going to happen, actually. But everyone said I was crazy.
Can I talk about myself real quick? All right, so I also have some puts on First Republic. So I kind of just, got puts on every bank that said Community Bancorp or was on that list related to SVB. So what happens with this? Do I just get my money back, or do I actually make a profit?
that's what I'm saying. You have to call your broker. You have the right to sell 100 shares for the strike price that you bought.
Here's another big brain
I have
question.
spreads on Silvergate. Oh my god.
My big brain question is, the Feds just said they were going to step in with the first bank that failed. Now, what about this second and third one we're hearing about today? This is going to get worse, right?
They just released a statement. I'm trying to read it.
So while you're reading that statement,
Wait, did we discuss the federal regulator statement? Because they're guaranteeing all deposits on Monday. So this is going to instill a lot of confidence.
Yeah, and that's what I'm talking about.
If we could just not step over each other, not to set some ground rules, but
it just broke 20 minutes ago.
Isn't this when people are supposed to buy Bitcoin or whatever? Like,
I feel like we've been very respectful.
So we can go the gentleman, and then I believe it was Not Your Average, and then Winnie the Bear, and then Zach and Cool, if that's okay.
yeah, I'll delegate my time to the breaking news, and then you can come back.
I've said my
Gentleman with the breaking news.
I was just going to say, Signature Bank in New York, regulators just announced due to systemic risk. So, Signature Bank. But they're guaranteeing their deposits as well. And they're also guaranteeing deposits from other banks by providing liquidity to them. This was a joint statement that was just put out by the Treasury, the FDIC, and the Federal Reserve.
We all own a bunch of banks now. All of us Americans.
Yeah, thank you, Bortles. I put the statement in the VC chat if anybody wants to.
They're saying that this will be at no cost to taxpayers. Now, I'm just as skeptical as the person who just spoke, They're just saying everything's fine, everything will be just fine, this isn't going to cost us anything, blah, blah, blah.
Because
saying,
the Fed has, but the Fed has the reserves for this in case, is what they're saying.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. And they're saying that they'll make it up by assessing new regulatory fees to other banks to help quell the cost of providing more deposit insurance. If someone wants me to link it, I have the link to the statement. I can put it somewhere.
I think VC chat, no?
I would just like to say I'm really impressed with the government working on the weekend. It's impressive.
That's true, actually. Let's give them a hand. standing out of the government.
Well, yeah, they're filling their back pockets. So yeah, let's throw the Doge for the government for
They're
backing the dollar.
terrified.
Throw the Doge up for the government, the United States of America government. There we go. But yeah,
You gotta remember.
Roll Tide.
In terms of the practical impact of this, those employees at Roblox or whatever companies that had a large amount of exposure that were worried about getting paid on Monday are no longer worried about that. The venture capital that was going to try to run to the bank or their associated bank on Monday to try to get as much cash out as they could so they didn't get fucked because they had more than the FDIC limit in there. That's all calmed down. I mean, this is a huge shift in sentiment from what we
Wait,
had an
really?
hour and a half ago.
And
Yeah,
what about
yeah,
the
everyone's
Etsy? What
money's
about the Etsy moms that weren't getting their money? What about them?
No, they'll be fine. Their money will be there on Monday now.
Oh, thank goodness! I was so worried about the
Yeah.
Etsy moms. Okay, thank God.
USDC and Circle has all their money, so you should see USDC repegged to $1 pretty quickly if it's not already done since the announcements came out.
thank you for that. We do appreciate that.
Yeah.
Opinion, I believe you wanted to say something, but yeah, go ahead real quick.
Oh, well, I forgot what I wanted to say, but since I have the floor, pegging. Okay, that's all. I yield my time.
Thanks for that, Canuck. Thank you. Thank you so much for that. Happy
Yeah.
birthday.
USDC
Dojo for
at
opinion
98.5.
and his forgetfulness. We do appreciate that.
So I just joined in.
Yeah. Just a
My
reminder.
understanding of what I'm hearing. Oh, sorry. I just joined in. If you guys could just recap, was that about Silicon Valley Bank? Is the current sentiment that everything's going to be fine?
Well, not that everything's going to be fine.
Oh,
but the
yes,
government's
everything's good.
insurance is going to be able to insure their deposits. The bank themselves is still going to liquidate, but the deposits are safe.
Can I correct you real quick, just for the people that are
Yeah.
not as deep
Please.
in the weeds? So what is happening is the race to buy out the position of deposits of these companies, right? So they open bids and the bids are closed. Now the news comes out. So you're going to have people who are willing to step in and take over the balance sheet of companies from Silicon Valley Bank. But Silicon Valley Bank no longer exists. First Republic Bank no longer exists. Signature Bank New York no longer exists as entities.
Right.
Those depositors have FDIC insurance up to $250,000, right? And they have the right to dividends on their additional deposits, and they get a receivership certificate relative to the position the FDIC is able to sell off of each entity's assets that will be moved to a new entity. So in the case of SVB, you have the assets in DINB. So all the news that's coming out is buyers for DINB's balance sheet. So when you say that payroll is guaranteed, what they're saying is not that these companies are going to have access to their entire cash position. They're just going to basically take position of the payroll, position of the pension, position of the US dollar, and a position of the mortgage-backed securities. Because if they let the mortgage-backed securities at Silicon Valley Bank was trying to sell at spot, they're going to disrupt the value of all mortgage-backed securities, which are trading at an 80% discount and are not selling. So
Ryan
what they're
Cohen
trying to
tweet.
get people to what they're trying to get people to do is basically not worry about the mortgage-backed securities, just buy US dollar for 90% discount and buy tech at a 90% discount and buy Roku at a 90% discount. You see what I'm saying? It's not like all this cash is going to be returned. It's just that the FDIC has it.
It's a 10% discount. They're buying it at 90 cents on the dollar. That's what I've heard.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I said the
Yeah.
opposite.
But no, so that's what I heard. So that's in line with what I've heard, which is everything outside is going to be 90 cents on the dollar, right? So if you look at a company like Roku, which had $410 million in there, we can just get rid of the $250,000 because it doesn't fucking matter. And then we just look at the $500 million And we got to realize that they're going to lose 10% of that, which means that they're going to be hit by anywhere between 40 and 50 million directly to their cash balance. Assuming that they can find someone willing to buy their entire balance at 90 cents on the dollar. If they can't, it could be a bigger hit than that.
All right, so anybody that comes out and says, we have a buyer, great. But there's going to be a whole bunch of companies that don't file anything. And those companies are the ones you need to buy puts on. More so, you need to figure out who the fuck is looking at the books for Signature, Silicon, and whatever other bank was shut down. And if you can figure out like,
Wait,
doesn't
when
seem
did
right
Signature
here.
Bank shut down? I'm sorry. I'm
It's like
just
10
catching
minutes
up.
ago, not even, maybe 8 minutes ago.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
But that was part of the
If I
statement too.
deliver
They
any bad news, Scald, and you have any positions, I'm sorry.
I appreciate your calm voice, though, in doing so.
Yeah.
No,
This is
dude.
like,
The majority of my portfolio is like in a delta gamma neutral position, so like I'm not too worried about it. But my God, that's not a good sign.
so
That's
what
like a little bit of contagion.
what you're seeing is the Fed basically saying, we understand that we may be wrecking your positions, and so we're willing to step in and solve this before it gets really bad. Because look, Fed has about $1 trillion to fix this mess, but what they don't have is the ability to write off 20% losses on all mortgage-backed securities. So they need to reinsure that there's not a bank run, because if there is a bank run and people take out cash, their pensions will take a hit because the banks will collapse. And then they'll sell off their equities to try and rescue whatever equity they have left. Meanwhile, the value of their houses will be going down. Banks will be being charged 9% federal funds rate. So no regional bank will be able to afford to borrow as people run on their banks. So look at regional bank ETFs, look at things like KRE, look at things where the leverage was in buying 1.56 yield during COVID and then getting slammed in the face on February 2022 when rates just took like Viagra and said, fuck your calls.
And Scald, I had the exact same reaction you did when I heard about these continuing closures. The futures market doubled in positive territory once the news came out. So figure that one out.
At the very least, it's good entertainment.
Yeah, and if one thing you know for sure is this week won't be boring.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff coming over my corporate email right now from my work. This week is not going to be boring. But speaking of plays, something else that's usually pretty good short term when you get a little craziness like this is gun stocks like RGR, SWBI, whatever. You know, I mean, I'm not some crazy prepper or anything, but people seem to like those stocks when things get a little crazy.
Interesting. Thanks for the tip.
So
I'll be right back,
banks are
guys.
going to be okay. The Etsy moms are going to be okay. I wonder what will happen to BNY Mellon. I have a whole list here of banks from yesterday.
You want to know something beautiful about crypto? Sorry, I can't speak today. So USDT and USDC had a weird inversion, right? What did Coinbase do?
Yeah,
They
I
said,
traded it.
We will guarantee USDC 1-to-1, but Robinhood said you can get it for 93 cents on the dollar, right? So
Right.
Robinhood was willing to short the dollar. Coinbase was willing to long the dollar. Now let's reverse this 72 hours before the shutdown of Silvergate. How much Bitcoin did the feds give Coinbase? Like, the feds are all ride or die on Coinbase in this moment as far as collateralizing the US dollar. But as far as the collapse of mortgage-backed securities, I don't know how they're going to sell out of this position.
Wait. What do you? Why did you say they're ride or die on Coinbase though?
So they transferred 10,000 Bitcoin, which is $220 million worth of Bitcoin at the time. Bitcoin has gone up, like 0.5% since then. So Coinbase on the transfer of that Bitcoin alone made what, like, is that $1 million? And the Fed is holding like 3 times as much as they just transferred. So like the Fed is either setting Coinbase up for Bitcoin to fail, or they're collateralizing Bitcoin for a run on the US dollar. So what happened is $40 billion worth of USDC was in SVB. So there was a short put on USDC, right? That's why you were able to trade USDT for 1.15 and buy USDC at 0.93 and make.
That's exactly what I did. That was good, right?
Exactly.
That's what I did.
And I was just automating that all night. Like, I'm glad somebody else did that, but the risk
Me too, yeah.
the risk you're running was that
going lower, collapsing.
Well, no.
USDC.
The actual collapse of the US dollar. So if you had run that trade through, you could have put $250,000 into Coinbase and hoped that the FDIC insured it and collected the 8% ARB and said, okay, like I either lose 250,000 or I just made like 20K shorting the dollar. But now they're saying we'll guarantee all cash outs of USDC, just wait till Monday. So now Coinbase has all that Tether. Why do you think it held strong against Tether? Because Tether's not strong enough to cover its cash equivalent positions because it's long corporate debt.
Wait, hold on. Slow down right there. Tether is not strong enough to cover long positions. Because why?
Like Coinbase was willing to buy Tether while people were willing to sell Tether, right?
Right.
Because the fear was that USDC would collapse, right?
Right. So it was like hedging
So
themselves.
why would you allow that trade for 48 hours unless you understood
I don't know.
collateralization? Because Brian Armstrong has been kissing ass in DC. He understands how he needed to be positioned. Look at the short sellers who've been selling on banks since February 2nd. Like, there was a short on banks with high exposure to mortgage-backed securities. The government understands that there was going to be a run to Bitcoin and collateralized US dollars and stablecoins. They prepared their favorite. They told all the shitty exchanges like Kraken and KuCoin to get the fuck out of New York. And now they're showing that they can step in 24 hours, secure $200 billion, and pay dividends on operational cash for Silicon Valley. It's like in a matter of 72 hours.
I hate crypto because I'm too dumb to understand it.
That's kind of wild to think of it like that, like long and short. But you're right. That's crazy. And like Tether just stands strong despite the fact of Evergrande and everything we've been waiting for with that too, right? The irony is apt. A moment of silence. Good job, everybody.
I have returned. For some reason, when I leave this talk, I have to request to get back up on the stage. I don't know why that is. I don't like
That's
that.
how it works. Sorry, take it up with Discord.
That being said, I mean, just hang tight because I've got a whole bunch of automation, hopefully, that'll be set up soon. And so we'll have music, we'll have all the, what's it called? Inviting up and down thing, hopefully sorted. So just hang tight.
The inviting up and down thing. The elevator,
Opinion, why are these on Discord again and not Reddit?
So Reddit is shutting down their Reddit Talk platform as a result of one, poor traction, but also Twilio Live, which was their backend supporter, shutting down. So it's pretty sad for us.
Whoa, what?
Twilio Live is in Twilio, like the text message automation company.
Yeah, exactly. So basically what happened was Reddit just... Yeah, Reddit just built like a wrapper around Twilio services, but they had a whole bunch of issues getting traction, so it didn't become a priority, which meant more issues getting traction. Yeah. But yeah, now we're here.
Is that bad for Twilio?
It's not really. I don't think they were a significant customer. I mean, when you look at Twilio, you look at the fact that like Twitter, like Elon Musk was talking about how they were paying like $60 million in like fraudulent text messages, and I assume part of or a large chunk of that was going to Twilio. So Reddit being significantly smaller and this being a tiny product on Reddit is probably honestly costing or benefiting Twilio maybe less than like $20,000 a year. Like I don't think it's that expensive.
Oh, you think they're just like cutting costs, kind of like doing layoffs in a way?
Maybe not cutting costs, but I mean, there was a number of missteps with Reddit talk, which I can kind of get into, but it's part of Reddit's whole strategy to stay leaner and more streamlined. And you'll probably see more announcements from them in the near future, but this is a little bit,
It's just
yeah, off topic.
Reddit's trying to. Was it not Reddit's decision though? It was Twilio's.
I think they could have, if they really wanted to, migrate it. There was another platform called Mux that they could have transferred to. They could have built their own like internal platform, but it is what it is. Yeah.
Maybe they're worried about liability with all those lawsuits coming in.
I don't think so. I think it really was just that like we were the only community that was using them, and we used them extremely well, but we were also the only ones. So bummer for us, but it is what it is.
So are you saying that Reddit is dead?
Reddit talks are. Reddit itself probably has a lot of life. I think it's still one of the few authentic places on the web. And so that will always give it value, I think.
True, but that's sad. I hope they bring it back one day.
Yeah, I mean, that's also something they've said, that they want to bring it back in some reincarnation, because probably a big ways for them to just toss away all the work they've done. But sorry, Zach, did you want to?
No, I'm just rambling out. Discord is honestly like so impressive these days. I downloaded it when it first came out, and it was just like kind of shitty, and now they've added all these new features, and it's like super optimized, super smooth. Like it's just impressive.
Yeah, bullish on Discord.
Yeah.
I think Microsoft might buy them out, or like what's the story there?
Didn't they say no already to Microsoft?
Oh, did they? Yeah, it was a long time ago.
Yeah. It was like 2 years ago. Yeah, Microsoft put a huge bid in. I don't remember the number, so I don't want to say, but I know Discord just said, nah, no thank you.
Well, if Discord ever does sell, it probably won't be anytime soon until rates probably go back down. We can get a pretty nice price for it.
I mean, the majority owner, I think, is Tencent, right?
The majority owner?
Yeah, Tencent and Fidelity. Or whatever it's called, stakeholder. What's it called before it goes public?
I applied for a job with Discord and got rejected.
You did? Was it terms of service? I've heard it's a tough process.
No, it's writing code.
All right, so what do we think is going to be the next bank, guys? So we've got.
Also, wait. I'm sorry. Can I clarify? Did he gent say that the government gave Coinbase 220 million? I'm so sorry to interrupt. Did he? I just need to make sure. I just remembered that he said that. Did he say the government gave Coinbase $220 million?
No, they're not going to give money to Coinbase.
No, that's he's
That
talking
wasn't
about
what he
something.
said?
He was talking about something that happened in the past.
But was in the past that the government gave Coinbase $220 million?
Money to Coinbase.
I think the message he was trying to get across is that the managers at Coinbase are rubbing elbows with the government.
Oh, okay. That does make sense, actually. That clears up a lot of questions I've had. Okay.
Well, I mean, Coinbase has been the go-to way to convert your dollars in and out of crypto for everybody in America for how long?
Right.
I mean,
yeah, and the US dollar coin was used as like debit card like I used it as like a debit card at the 7-Eleven and stuff.
But to the guy that was asking about the next banks, if you scroll up the chat, I posted a list of all the tickers that have similar unrealized losses to SBNY. But honestly, you could pretty much just go with any bank that has Community or Bancorp in their name that's publicly traded.
Oh, I do have a list. Let me find it. I have a list.
But I mean, at the rate that these banks are getting shut down, it's probably worth a flyer to just get a few puts on each of them. I mean, the worst thing you're going to lose is like a few $100, $1,000, whatever. But if these SBNY puts and the First Republic puts that I have print, I'm gonna legally change my name to Chadwick Zachary the Third.
Well, Chadwick Zachary the Third. It's nice to meet you. Let me jump in real
So
quick. What I was saying
I
was
was
that
looking at the
Coinbase.
follow. Oh,
Not to cut you off, Scott. I was just saying that Coinbase received 10,000 Bitcoin, and at the time they received it, the price of Bitcoin, the value of that Bitcoin in terms of US dollars, about 220 million. So they were collateralized for 220 million at least. Like, that's what I was referring to, not like.
So is that the government like
like Bitcoin?
Sorry, I'm a little dumb about that part right there, like how that works. So is that the government like showing support to Coinbase in a way and like Bitcoin? Is that like a show of support?
Coinbase is just custodying. Coinbase is just custodying government
What,
assets.
Chadwick? I can't hear you, Chadwick. You're muffled a little.
Coinbase is just custodying government assets. That's the way it's working.
Yeah, like the government had a bunch of Bitcoin. I don't remember how they got it. I know they had a seizure and some other stuff, but
Oh, yeah. I remember the Silk Road one probably.
Yeah, it's so basically Coinbase is acting as the custodian on the blockchain for the government. They still have 30,000 of those Bitcoins stored on cold storage that they haven't moved anywhere. Presumably it's on a hard drive in Fort Knox or some garbage. I don't know.
One would hope. Not in Donald Trump's office.
So, like, to the people who own crypto in here, like, why exactly do you own it? Are you just, like, honestly bullish on the technology? Or are you just gambling?
Diversify.
The US dollar isn't real, and they can just like move a balance sheet, switch around the ones
It's
and
almost
zeros,
like
print
that.
more money. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like
Almost.
Bitcoin works.
Yeah,
So
and that's why I
cool.
think you're seeing a flight to it tonight, right? Even more.
I know. I think this is a buying opportunity because it's actually, I can't believe it's held over 20.
It's gone up more in the last
But I'm
hour.
not sure. It could also do something completely wild.
Gonna last more than a month. Like, I love Bitcoin. I love the applications. I think it worked in this case, but just this run up, I won't believe it until I see how much Tether gets redeemed and how much USDC gets redeemed in the next week.
That's a great point. Yeah. Because I mean, we have no idea what goes on there. That's like the Wild West.
And I would also say I'm a long-term bull, but I've always kept it a small portion of my portfolio. So that's kind of held me back in some of my gains. So if you want to enter into it, put like 1 or 2% of your portfolio and forget about it.
Yeah.
BTC is actually a great indicator.
Here's
I've
what
noticed
I'll
that.
say about
Sorry.
Oh, so here's what I'll say about crypto. I invested in Bitcoin the same year I invested in Tesla, which was 2013. Both of those trades treated me very well. Crypto's been my day job. Been a hedge fund manager for digital asset companies, which is hedge funds that are invested entirely in crypto. So I'm pretty familiar with the ecosystem.
Cool, yeah. I just personally don't think it could ever like be something that's used by, normies just because of like the inherent problems with it. So that's why I kind of stay away from it, because I just don't believe in it long term. But in 2017 I messed around with it, made a little money, but I guess I just kind of have negative feelings towards it.
I agree with you in a lot of ways, and I never really thought that I would change my mind on that until I saw sovereigns start buying it. People like El Salvador bought it. Now America, we're a wealthy country. We don't buy stuff. We just take stuff. So we just go out there and confiscate the Bitcoin that we need. We're not a chump. We don't have to pay for it. So, I mean, seeing those kind of actions sort of tells me that maybe there's going to be wider adoption among governments.
Side note: if you guys haven't listened to it earlier today on Twitter, Mark Cuban was talking about this whole banking situation, and he's got like a lot of firsthand experience with it, so it was a pretty good listen. He was also talking about crypto.
Did anyone listen to Bill Ackman talk about his position in Twitter yesterday and his thoughts on the sell-off?
We met.
I have actually, but as you were saying that, I got really excited because I was like, oh, does Bill Ackman have a position on Twitter? But yeah, what were your thoughts on Bill Ackman's what he said?
Well, it's been real, guys. I have to wrap it up for tonight. I'll be on later tonight after I
You
get my
just
kiddos.
tell me, what was your new name gonna be again?
What?
A new name.
Didn't you say you were gonna make a new name if
Oh no, that was Zach. Zach and Cool, I think, said he was
Mm,
on.
Oh, I'm sorry. I
It,
confused you two
it,
again.
wa-
I'm
it wasn't.
sorry.
It wasn't me. I don't know who it was.
Pretty sure it was you, Scald Crypto. But that's
It was,
okay.
it was somebody who wanted my name in their name for some reason.
Yeah, that was pretty interesting. No, I'm definitely keeping Skull Crypto. I mean, I got these thousands of Reddit followers. If I change my name, what's going to happen? They're going to get confused.
True, they might lose their minds.
Confused. Oh, yeah, well, thanks for coming, Scald. I think we'll keep the call going.
All right, good luck tomorrow.
There's a report that says that Reddit followers are the least valuable followers of any social media platform.
Oh, could you
So,
post that report? I would love to read that.
I'll have to find it again, but it was like a few years ago. They were like, Reddit is the least valuable social media app on a per user basis. I was
They
like,
should use
brutal.
that. They should use it at the top of their IPO filing, right in the first paragraph.
There we go. I posted it in chat.
What is valuable though is the cryptocurrency subreddit, those like tokens that they have, the moons or whatever.
The moons. I keep hearing about the moons.
Yeah. Like you can exchange those for actual money.
Yeah. Wait, slut spoiler. You
That's a
say
weird
that,
subreddit.
You say that
Yeah, for sure.
that statement hurts, but that was when Reddit was valued at $3 billion in 2019. It is now worth 3 to 5 times that, or at least that's what they want.
All right, everyone. I've had fun. This has been a good talk. I'm gonna get out of here. See you in the morning.
Cheers. Yeah. See you then. And by the way, everyone who is listening in, if you want to make sure you get notified for these talks, hit the events button in the top left and you'll get a ping when we go live. So I think we've got 3 events right now. We've got morning talks. We've got an AMA coming up with Mark Mobius and a bunch of other stuff going on. So yeah, get pinged. Is that pretty much what we had to say on SVB? Like, any other kind of thoughts on that? Or Aya, did you have something you wanted to add?
What's that?
All right, wait, okay. I feel like Devil or 3589, whatever. You gotta raise your hand.
Bring Devil Eyes back up.
Yeah, there we go. What you got for us, Devil?
Thanks, Maggie Moon.
You're welcome, darling.
Why is it so quiet?
We were just having a moment. I was making something to eat. I don't know. I guess we all had a joint synchronous moment of silence.
I think it's intermission. Are we going to turn this up for the night or
It's
what?
intermission.
Yeah, let's turn it up. Let's fucking go.
Our brains are just empty.
Yo, if you guys really want to put on your tinfoil hat, there's some very interesting things that could happen. Basically, let's just say that if you understood that you should be selling your stock as the CEO of the biggest bank in California, and then you watch every company that bank with you get wrecked and their payrolls be put on notice, etc. And you look across the table and one of the guys that's there to advise you used to work at Lehman Brothers. Do you think that he was going to give you good advice or good
Yeah.
advice?
He was also on the board of Bear Stearns, right?
What a god.
This dude used to work at Lehman Brothers and somehow managed to work at Silicon Valley Bank.
And Bear Stearns. That's terrifying.
Jesus, yeah. So I
Quite
think
a-
that I think
They
there's
might want to get
actually-
him out of the industry.
I think they won't get him out of the industry. I think that the first person to go down is going to be the person that sold most stock into what they knew was going to be basically a blow up of Silicon Valley venture capital.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you're listening, you're probably listening from the Twitch and YouTube because I've just muted myself on Discord and deafened that. But thank you so much for listening in. I really enjoyed all of the thoughts and discussion here in our aggregated chat between Discord, Twitch, and YouTube. That being said, we are going to wrap up for the night here, but on Discord, the conversation goes 24/7. So I really encourage you to go over there, get involved, join, hop in the audience, or even go up as a speaker. We've got other mods there ready and excited to talk with you. So thanks so much for tuning in. Really appreciate it. And we'll see you hopefully tomorrow in our regular pre-market talk. We're going to start at 8:30 on the Reddit side, on the Reddit talk, and then we'll transition over to Discord at 9:30 a.m. We've also got, again, Mark Mobius's AMA, which I'm really looking forward to, and a bunch of other events this week. So thanks so much for tuning in. Yes, 8:30 a.m. Eastern is when that Reddit talk starts, same as we've done for the past year and a half. But yeah, we'll start 8:30 a.m. Eastern on Reddit. We'll transition over to Discord at 9:30 and just have a good time. Probably go to like 11 or 12 noon. So thanks again, and we'll see you all tomorrow. Don't lose too much money.